Yo, skirt bag. What is up, brother?
This feels weird. I don't know. I don't know like what I should be looking at,
I think I'm
dude.
just gonna look at you. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this down. See it. Wouldn't want to be
So
yet.
it's not
And
even.
now I just have like pod doc notes, so I can just talk to you. Look at the pod doc. If I gotta pull up Safari, pull up Safari.
What if the our YouTube channel that we don't have wants to watch this and then just see a black
We
screen?
have a YouTube channel. I just never upload the videos to
Yeah, exactly. Dude, this is historic.
This is historic. First in-person pod.
After what, almost 2 years of doing it?
This is episode 95.
Oh, we should have waited 5 episodes.
Well, maybe we should
My
just edit
OCD.
5 more out.
Dude, why don't you just rip up 5 episodes tonight?
But then the first one still wouldn't be
Episode
the
9.
first one in person still wouldn't be the 100th.
They don't know that. We'll just release it as
I
the
don't
100.
want to be a fucking
I don't want to be a fraud. We'll do 99 with special guest Andy.
Yeah,
and then
we'll be
100.
like, all right, Andy, get the fuck out of here. We have to do an in-person
Andy,
podcast,
dude,
bro.
I'm telling you, there's a bar across the street. Go over there, drink some beers. We'll be over in an hour.
We'll be there in a second. Speaking of beers, I'm gonna drink.
You going after that Hawaiian first?
I will. I got Dashboard Hula Girl.
I think we
How Hana Time.
got that when Jake and Rye were here like 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. And I just forgot it was in there, so let me know if you like it.
Interesting. It says "pow" here, and I want to teach my kid this. There's just one Hawaiian word that I like. It's "pow," and that means like done. So like when you're full, like after a meal, and like you're done eating, like maybe if you didn't finish, you're like "oh pow," or like whenever you're finished, like "oh pow."
Is that where Rocket Power got it from?
I doubt it.
They're pretty Hawaiian.
Yeah, it might be. Did they say "pow"?
I think that was like their saying, right? Like or Tito, the big fat guy from Rocket Power. I'm pretty sure.
You don't gotta fucking call him big and fat.
I mean, that's what he was.
Dude, we were out to eat the other day. I went. A couple of my boys that I went to Stockton with, they got together and they were like, "Yeah, if you want to come out." So I went to the bar and met up with them, and they were talking about this one kid's sister's boyfriend, and the one kid's like, "Yeah, like bigger guy," and the other kid's like, "Yeah, fat dude." And I was like, two kinds of motherfuckers.
Bigger guy, like it's so funny when you're like in a setting where you don't want to just be like fat. You know what I mean? But it's like everybody's thinking it.
And like you don't want to shit on dude's sister's boyfriend. Like you could potentially be like his brother-in-law. So yeah, that fat motherfucker.
Yo, remember that fat asshole that was
You see his sister. Remember we used to date that
fat fuck? Remember that fat fucking slob you used to be with?
I was embarrassed for you when I saw you guys walking around the neighborhood together.
Just didn't want to tell you that, but you know, now that he's gone. Now that he's not here.
Good riddance, right? No, we're still together. He's just not at this event.
Oh my god, dude. And I don't want to like make this whole episode about fat people, but I saw this TikTok yesterday and it was about this lady, obviously fat woman, was saying how she was pretty much on TikTok bitching about how flights and flight companies don't cater to fat people. And it's like one, our luggage is like we weigh our luggage when we get it on. I feel like plane tickets should be based off. You should get on a scale and be like, oh, you're 700 pounds, you got to pay more. You're holding this bitch down. Like you're the reason people can't have extra luggage on this plane.
No, I don't think that's it. I think it's just like I think she's probably talking more about like
seats. Yeah, it's that seats and like she's like how dude. If you can't fit in a seat on a plane on a normal like. Pay first class. They got big seats.
They got bigger seats.
You're just gonna have to pay more. Not our fault. You're 700 pounds and can't fit in a seat. How do you think Aaron Judge feels when he tried to fly? Like, right? He's 6'7", 280. You think he sat in a fucking Spirit Airlines flight? No.
Probably.
I mean, he sat in one probably, but he didn't fit comfortably. They fit in them. They just don't fit comfortably. So what are you bitching for? Yeah. Flights aren't supposed to be comfortable anyways, especially if you're flying fucking commercial econ.
When I flew home from Houston, it was fucking 2-seat rows. Those was amazing, bro.
Ooh.
Like just 2 on each side instead of 3.
Yeah. Was it a small like little bit plane?
Yeah, it's a little baby plane.
Yeah, those are always nice.
Just a little baby snail.
Little baby plane. Look at that cute little plane.
Have you seen those videos where it's like, oh, officer, you thought I was doing 75? Oh, no way, sir. I was going way faster than that. What do you think? I'm just like a little baby snail? Oh, my, I was going way faster.
Oh, dude, I had
75.
you beat, son. That's funny. Oh, Boone knows all about going fast, dude. You should see him at the dog park, bro. He gets fucking cute. Dude, so they have this big... Yeah, you want to see real speed, bitch? They got this big, giant plastic soccer ball there. It's probably like this tall, like it's bigger than him. And he's a herding dog, so he loves chasing shit. And I'll kick it, dude, and he'll run and bark at the same time, but like push it with his head around the fucking thing and just do
I love
laps.
that. I like watching videos of like professional sheep herding dogs, like herding sheep,
Yeah.
and, like getting them all to go.
Yeah.
It's honestly so satisfying just to watch them like circle around the fucking herds of sheep and get them all to go, and they start going off track, and then they're like, "Come on back, brother."
Boone, come here.
Boom word is up in my mouth. No, he's chilling, bro. He's like, I'm hanging out with Uncle Ken. He doesn't even come through that much.
Dude, that fucking bunny he has in his mouth, watch out, because that thing smells horrendously.
I'll be all right.
He fucking lays there at night and just suckles on it. That's like his fucking sex toy.
Ben's got these fucking little lambs that he be sucking on and taking care of like they're his baby. And then Lex went and got him a couple little bunnies. They're like, dude, smaller than like
We have one.
little Nerf football.
We have one in there. They're like this big. Yeah. Kyla loves it, dude.
Little baby size.
She
And
rips
Ben
the
just
stuffing
fucking
out of them.
sucks on 'em.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Does he still have that toy that has like the heartbeat thing in it?
Yeah, he never fucks with
No?
it.
I've always wanted to see what Boone would do with one of those. I feel like he would love it.
Ben never really liked it to begin with.
No?
Honestly, no, he wasn't ever a big fan. I think he was kind of scared of it. Like we bought it for him.
Why
for,
is this
like,
thing moving?
anxiety, like separation anxiety.
Just
stuff.
gave him
Yeah,
more
I'm like-
anxiety.
And he just like didn't fuck with it. Like, yeah, I'm not about this fucking vibrating.
Vibrating. Why is this rabbit moving? Oh, dude, we got a fine lineup for the next 4 days of our lives.
We sure.
It's gonna be
do.
flames.
We sure do.
Boone, get the fuck off his mic.
No,
This is not your
I'm
podcast.
not petting me now.
I'll give him a little beep. Where's this thing?
No, you don't. That's how sweet I am.
It's like I'm actually allowed on the couch for once.
Someday. See, just
Dude, you're putting yourself in a bad position.
Me?
Yeah. He's not gonna leave you alone.
Boom, go lay down.
Boone, come here. Come on.
Look how good I am.
Come on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
just like that, he's gone.
I don't want that sticky thing, trust me.
The stinker here, brother. Honestly, bro, I had a great ride down. I listened to some tunes to start, and then I listened to Fantasy Footballers episode, listened to a Greenlight Pod episode.
What's Greenlight Pod is what?
Chris Long.
Okay, yeah.
It's like him and his boys. Dude,
Hey.
there's this one part. It's like decently funny. But like they talk all about sports, and like I really like Chris's insight and like how he looks at like different NFL stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
So they're talking about the March Madness tournament, and I guess the one dude on there, this guy Macon, he's like one of Chris's friends that he grew up with. He's like a realtor. He's real big in the March Madness, and I guess that morning he was on like some kind of March Madness like bracketology show. So they're talking about March Madness. He's talking about being on the show, and he's like, I didn't realize that there was going to be people from the University of Virginia team there. As I'm talking about how like they're not that good, and Alabama's
Oh,
going to go like win their like portion of the bracket.
Yeah.
And that, but they're UVA guys. And Chris was like, "Oh, come on, dude! Like you're just showing guys." He's like, "Yeah, well, maybe it's motivation, you know. This
Add a little fuel to the fire.
40-year-old, like aging realtor that has doubts." It's like the lady said it. I was like, yeah, you know, like I'm like, these guys probably don't give a like, yeah, this fucking dumbass thing's making all that shit.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
But then after a while, I just went on a little kick. Dude, I had like a hour and a half like country marathon, like getting back into like my old country roots, and then I went like an hour of just Rage Against the Machine, and then like
yeah.
I finished up with like an hour of J. Cole.
That's
It was
fire.
not bad,
Dude, I love how like when you have long drives like that, like I do this too with my music. Like I'll usually start with a podcast because like if you get in a car for like a 12-hour ride and you instantly put on music, like you're a little fucked up in the head. Like you got to smooth into that shit. You know what I mean?
Well, I started with music just to get going.
I always
Plus the
just.
whole fucking thought I thought I lost my wallet.
Oh
thing, you know?
yeah,
And I
yeah.
was gonna go to the DMV first, but I didn't.
To get
and
a
I was just
new
like,
license or something.
Yeah, but then I knew they wanted to print me one, and I was like, "Fuck that!"
Yeah.
And Lex's sister, who's like becoming a cop, she was like, "As long as you have a passport, like you'll be fine. As long as you have some form of ID, you'll be fine."
Dude, when I got my North Carolina license, I had to fly to PA like the next day after I went and like pretty much ordered it because they don't
Yeah.
print in New York. They printed them like right on the spot for you.
Yeah,
But here they don't do that. They give you like a piece of paper that's just like folded up a few times, and it's like a temporary license. So I'm going through TSA, and the lady's like, I asked the lady at the DMV, I was like, I have to fly. Is this going to be good ID? And she's like, yeah, it's the same as a license, it's just temporary. So I get there, and TSA lady's like, can't take this, it's not real ID. And I was like, I was told, I literally got this yesterday. I was told it would be fine, it would work. She's like, nope, can't take it. Do you have anything else? Luckily, I'm an asshole, and I keep my social security card on me, like in my wallet.
You are an asshole for that.
Yeah, I'm afraid if I don't have it on me, I'm gonna lose it. That's my thinking behind that. But then again, I lose my wallet all the time.
Right. And when do you need your social
I
security card?
don't. What? That one single time though, and it saved me, got me on my flight.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like a once in a lifetime scenario.
Yeah, it's only happened to me once.
Like I have a safe that I keep in my nightstand that everybody knows. Go rob me. My social.
Go rob me. My girlfriend's home alone for the next 4 days. Combo is blah blah blah.
That's not alone. Ben's there. He's vicious.
Oh, true. Ben is vicious. Don't fuck with that dog.
Yeah.
For anyone listening.
Yeah. So not a bad ride down, dude.
That's not bad. And you left at like what, 9:30?
Yeah.
Got here like a little bit before 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah. My initial ETA was like 450 something, like 457 ish, and the GPS kept telling me to get off 95 and like go through like all these different ways, and I was like, nah. And every time I didn't listen to the GPS, my ETA went down.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys fuck.
They try and get you to go like through the back roads and stuff, and they think it's quicker, but it never is.
It never is.
No.
And yeah, by the time I got to Wawa, which is like a little bit more than halfway, my ETA was down to 437. Then like I got gas, I got food, I found my wallet, I called Lex, I chatted with her for a little bit. So then like by the time I got back on the road, my ETA was like 5, and then I cut like 5 or 6 minutes off of it from there.
That's not
And then
bad.
just cruising. Nah,
No
traffic. I hit like a little bit of like less than 5 minutes of traffic like once or twice.
Did you come up like through like past Charlotte or no?
Nah.
Doesn't 95 like skip like right past Charlotte?
Nah. Charlotte's way out west.
Oh, I thought it was just north, like closer to the like the border or like the sea line or whatever of North Carolina, but it was just north.
No, it's way out west.
My geography of North Carolina is so fucked up, dude. It took us 5 hours to get to Nashville when we went there, and I was like mind blown that we were still in the same state 5 hours later.
Yeah, we went through Tennessee to get to Asheville, and I was like, interesting.
I've never even driven through Tennessee.
I have
or Kentucky. Or Eddie. Dude, when it comes to like, all right, so like the whole northeastern part of the United States, like that, I know it like. But when it gets to like the middle of the country and like strictly on the coastline and like PA and like those states in there, Rhode Island, I can all point out. But if you give me a blank map of the United States, like Colorado, I can pick out, but like all like the Louisianas and like the Kentuckys and the Iowas and stuff.
I could do Louisiana.
Isn't that because it's just like a long, doesn't have like a long piece?
I don't think so. It's pretty straight up and down.
Oh, maybe that's the way I'm thinking of it then. I know
But
it's
it
just
has,
like,
like, a little
it's like
boot
that.
thing.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
But it has New Orleans. That's the only reason I know.
Oh, true. But like Montana, Iowa. I know where Colorado is, but that's only because I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
Arizona, I could pick out because it's like or Nevada, because Nevada has like the V at the bottom where it's like all connects to the fourth.
Texas.
Yeah, dude, California, easy.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, I know, because it's like kind of like it looks like a knife, like a butcher's knife.
What's above California?
Oregon, Washington, yeah.
See, I could do that.
Yeah, I feel like the border and then like a few states in the middle, but like when Midwest, I'm lost on.
The like Illinois, Wisconsin,
yeah,
like all the Great Lakes, pretty much anything west of the East Coast that's not California, I'm fucked.
Yeah, or like Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico, because they're like the four.
Utah is like
nope, not me.
It's like almost a square, then has like a little
hinge.
At the top.
Oh yeah, it looks like a little. It looks like a vape.
It does.
Utah is a vape, dude. That's all it is.
Yeah, it looks like when you get those the box vapes.
Yeah. Literal box vape.
Yeah, Utah's a vape.
Dude, vape companies, you should start a vape flavor. Just call it like Utah Jazz. Utah Blue Raz. And have like a play on the Utah Jazz logo.
Yeah. They got a lot of stuff out there, bro. They got like extreme sports, they got mountains, they got bears.
Dude, bears do be out there.
I used to have this puzzle when I was a kid, and it was like the world, right? It was like a big square, but then cut out. It was like wooden. It was like a half-inch thick, and then cut out in it was like the U.S. And then you had to put the pieces. The states were all the pieces. You had to put them in there, all wooden pieces. And Utah's was a bear. That's how it was like. It had a bear on it. That's all I know.
What is that like on their state flag? Oh no, that's California. Has the bear on the state flag.
Yeah, I don't. They just got bears.
Bears just be living there. Dude, I've always wanted to go. I was actually telling Maggie this the other day. I want to go to Utah, like just to visit or like go on a trip out there. I bet they have like the best hiking or snowboarding.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they got Park City.
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah. But I'd love to get out to Utah. I'd love to get out to Wyoming. Like,
Yeah.
expect like Jackson Hole is supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah,
Lex is a big Jackson Hole fan, so I'm sure we'll get out
she's
there.
a big Jackson Mahomes fan.
Yeah.
Sorry
She
to
hates-
hear that.
she hates
Yeah, Pat or Jackson?
both of them.
What did Pat do?
She just like can't stand his family and
Yeah,
like
I feel bad
all,
for him.
all the dick riding from national media.
Yeah,
And I'm with her on that, dude. Like, I'm gonna sound like a sore loser Eagles fan really quick, but like, you're not gonna tell me that the NFL didn't want the Chiefs to win.
no, he's their fucking prized
He's-
possession.
He
dude.
is their prized possession. They put the most into him. Like, just the way Roger Goodell and Chris Jones were like
Hugging after,
best
dude.
friends at the end of
Yeah.
the game, and Roger Goodell was like, "I don't give a fuck how you hit him." Like, bro, what?
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna tell me that there's no collusion at all there?
Dude, oh my god, if fucking the MLB commissioner came out and said some shit about that when the Astros like cheating scandal came out, I would have been fucking livid,
Yeah.
dude. Rob Manfred like needs to have his head on a fucking plate if that shit happened. And like
Yeah.
Roger
Dude,
Goodell
it's
is,
unreal.
I feel like, right up there with just as like hated commissioner of sports with Robert Manfred.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny. Commissioners are just so like, and they're like different nowadays. Like, thinking about John Morant and all of his shit in Memphis, which is out of control right
Yeah,
now.
dude.
Um,
He just got an 8-game suspension, didn't he?
I don't know.
I think they came down with an 8-game suspension for like making the
Interesting.
NBA look bad or something.
Yeah, probably. Well, they made him look bad for sure.
Yeah.
But a couple weeks ago, they were like, talking on Pardon the Interruption, and they were like, dude, Adam Silver, what are you doing? Like, the guy before you, I can't think of his name right now.
Another
For some
bald
reason,
guy.
I'm
It was
just
another
like-
bald guy, wasn't it? Not Rich Paul. Rich Paul's an agent.
Oh, yeah. Suspended 8 games following nightclub incident.
I feel like that's not. I feel like 8 games is not harsh. Well, I mean, I guess in NBA terms, like that's a good chunk of games, but he's already missed probably 8 games.
Let's see if I can see. David Stern.
David Stern.
That was it.
He was the one that got caught like using the N-word or something, didn't he?
Probably.
Remember he had like the social media, like some chick filmed him on a date or something. I mean, dude was like
Chick's
100 years old, so
Yeah, but they were talking about how like Adam, like this was like a couple weeks ago. They're like, Adam Silver, how have you still not done anything? Like,
what's
David
taking
Stern
so
would have
long?
been had fucking suspended him after like you get reports that John Morant fucking pulled a gun on like
A 16-year-old?
fucking pick up
Yeah.
basketball, dude. What?
Dude, my thing is like, and it sucks too because like when John Morant was even in his rookie season, like I'm not a Memphis Grizzlies fan, but like watching him play, I was like, oh, I like this dude a lot. Like he's expecting he's gonna be a breakout superstar, and like there's like not even reports, but like people saying like he didn't come from like the hood or whatever. He's not like he's just being somebody he's not, which makes it even
Yes.
worse, dude.
Yes.
It's like why are you have this amazing opportunity and you're like pissing it away just to like look cool?
Just for some clout.
And it doesn't even look cool. Like I don't know what's cool about like showing off a little gun. Like what's cool about that?
Yeah, in a nightclub, right? And then did you see the picture of like the entire like back room of a strip club just
filled with dollar bills
and the girl fucking giving him a lap dance?
Yeah,
Out of control.
out of control, dude.
I mean, that's fine. Like, that's not illegal. Like, you know, do your thing.
But there's nothing
it's just-
there's
it's
nothing
just
wrong
so-
with going to a strip club and like indulging, right? As long as you're not like doing anything illegal. But bro, I don't care how much money I have, you're not gonna find me doing shit like that.
No.
Like what?
I mean, that's also not my cup of tea.
Also not my cup of tea, but I don't get it, dude. Even like I get it, they're like $1 bills to him is probably not shit. But like even at that point, it's like, bro, I spent $10 on a fucking sandwich, and I'm like, God damn, dude, sandwiches used to be $6.
On cigars, and I'm pretty upset about
Yeah,
that.
dude, for sure. On 2 cigars.
All right, I got 3.
Oh,
2.5. One of them was small.
Yeah, a little chub guy.
No, it was a skinny guy.
Oh, little pencil dick guy.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
got different flavors. That was the latte one. I was like, that sounds interesting. I'll snag a
Yeah,
little
try
bit.
that out.
Yeah. I have I got a couple cigars that I brought from home that my mom got me for Christmas. They came from this guy that I bought cigars from in Florida. She ordered them from him for Christmas for me. I was like, cool.
Oh, was that from the shop when you and Lex went to Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you telling us about that on one of the episodes of the podcast.
Yeah, he always has good cigars and he rolls them himself and he's a veteran, so I'm like, all right. And they're good, dude. I like his cigars a lot. Everyone that I smoked has been really good.
I think you'll like this, guys. Every time I go in there, like May and I went in there when they were here a few weekends ago, and every time I'm in there, he's just like the nicest dude.
Yeah,
Just super friendly.
I really like the one by my parents' house. Like he was always really cool. He always helped me pick out like good cigars and stuff. He had this cool fucking accent. He told me that him and his wife they would like get a new cigar, get a new bottle of wine, and like drink it and smoke it together, and then like glue the little John. You know the little
cork?
fucking nah, the little piece of paper that goes around the cigar that tells you like where it's from and like what it is and shit.
Like the label thing.
Yeah, they would glue that label onto the cork, and they have like a collection of like new wine bottle with a new cigar combo, and they have like a big jar that they keep all their.
Oh,
shit
that's
in.
mad cool.
Yeah,
That's like a cool way to collect like memories of the cigars you've had.
Yeah,
that's dope.
You remember we went to Shane's house and he had. Oh, you weren't there. Why did I think you were there?
I've only been to Shane's house once, and it was like to drop him off or pick him up or something. I think I was picking him up.
When he was abroad in Madrid, I went there for spring break with Kobe. And a bunch of people went out to do shit one day, and I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna go see my boy Shane. So I hopped on the subway and took it to Shane's place. And so we get up there, and he's like, so let's say I'm sitting on the couch. He's just like a regular couch, right? And then his TV would have been like where your TV was with a wall behind it, but a little bit higher. And then like on top of their TV stand, they had like this big bowl, and it was just like half full with corks from wine bottles because you're in fucking Spain. You drink a shit ton of wine.
Right.
And we were just drinking wine, sitting on the couch. You finish it, just like fucking
Kobe.
Yep. You can hit it. If not, you just fucking pick it up and put it in there.
That's awesome. Yeah, my mom actually had I don't know if it was like the same, like she would drink a bottle and save the cork, but it was like just a decoration she had where it was just a vase filled with random wine corks from all over the place.
A lot of companies do that, or they'll do like different like letters and shit like that.
How's the Hawaiian beer?
It's not bad. I was kind of looking for something. I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit fruitier because it says tropical wheat ale.
Yeah,
but it's not very tropical. But it's good.
What's
it? And it says right here, clit beer.
Clit beer.
Yeah.
Made with clits?
I guess so. It's certified clit beer.
Certified clits. Wow.
Yeah. USDA.
USDA approved clits. Wow.
It might stand for Charlotte, but that would just be make too much.
CLT. Oh, there's no I?
Nope.
Oh.
Certified CLT beers.
Clits was way better. I wish you didn't tell me there was no I.
Sorry about it. I hate to break your heart.
Yeah, dude. My achy breaky heart. So dude, we're playing golf tomorrow. I'm excited. We were talking about earlier how we want to take this round serious, and I'm all about it, dude.
I just want to break 100. I haven't broke 100 in a minute.
Really? I want to break 90, dude. Last time I played, I shot a 100, and that was probably my worst round in probably 3 months.
Yeah, I just need to get my drive right.
Maybe you just say fuck the driver. That's what I'm doing this weekend.
I could. When I was played Hanover, my first round of the year. No, not Hanover. Gamblers Ridge, and like my first drive was like not great, but I went driver 6-iron was fucking money, and then chip and putt, and I parred the first hole. And I like never par the first hole when I'm golfing.
Yeah.
And then it was like the second hole is like pin straight, but on the right is a farm, like
cow farm.
On the right. I don't think it's a cow farm. So but like you can't go in there, you're not getting it back.
Right.
And I went in there twice. And then I went in the water. And then the third hole is a short par 3. just scold it just a little bit, sent it over the green into the woods, gone forever. And then the fourth hole is a long par 5. Again, pin straight, but a farm on the right side. I must have put 3
How
fucking
many
balls
farms are
somewhere.
around this goddamn golf course, dude?
I grew up in the sticks, like, and it's redneck country out there. It's farms on
Farms on
literally-
farms on farms.
The entire property is encompassed by farms. Like on the right, it's a farm. Behind
So
it
it's
is
a golf course on a
the-
farm.
From the left across the street is a farm, and across the street, like the front of it across the street,
Another farm. One of them has to be a cow farm.
Nah,
What?
yeah, not over there.
Not a single cow farm?
Well, there are cow farms, but not just
Just not right there.
Yeah.
Man.
One of my dad's good friends, he has a cow farm. We used to work there all the time growing up.
What's his name? Randall?
His name is Mark.
Close enough.
Yeah, Mark Randall.
Some
That's fucking
difference.
different. But yeah, I lost like fucking 3 balls on that par 5. Literally just gave up on the hole, gave myself a 10. That's my boys' rules. Like if you don't finish the hole, you give yourself a double par.
Yeah.
And so then hole 5 is like a dog leg right. And like I can drive the green, especially with my slice, it kind of plays nice, but I was like, dude, this shit has been so bad. I'm just poking it out there. So I just went like 6 iron, money, and then another 6 iron. Not money.
Is 6 iron your lowest iron that you have?
No, I have a 4 and a 5.
Maybe start ripping that off the well, you said that your like clubs are longer the
My
higher
4
they
and my
go.
5 have longer shafts.
Yeah.
And then 6 through pitching wedge are the same.
Yeah, that's nice. I need to get mine are the same way, but I need like all the same length on all.
Yeah, I want the same.
I want just the
I
most
actually
consistency.
took one of my 3 woods out of my bag. I just found out that you're only supposed to carry 14 clubs at a time. That's like the rule. You can't have more than 14 clubs for like real golf. I know, like we don't play real
Right.
golf. If I had 15, nobody's gonna fuck.
If I have 15, if you have 15 in your bag tomorrow, dude, I'm not playing with you.
Well, I have 14. Because I was like, all right, I'll do that. So, and I got a 4 hybrid, so that put me over the 14. They put me to 15. So I had 2 3 woods, so I took one out. So right now I'm rocking my driver, a 3 wood, a 5 wood, a 4 hybrid, 4 5 6 7 8 9 P wedge, 58, and 2 putters.
You only got one like lob wedge?
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually telling Lex the other day I shouldn't have gotten the hybrid, and I should have gotten another lob wedge.
You need like a 52. 52 is money, dude, because it's like if you're like, I'm a little too close for my pitching wedge, but I'm like too far from a 60
Like-
or a 58. 52
like
is
80,
money.
like
Yeah.
80 yards.
Yeah, dude.
Because my pitching wedge is like, I use my pitching wedge like anywhere from like 100 to like 110, 115. And then I'll
Really?
go to
Your
9.
pitching wedge?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't hit my clubs that far. I don't hit my
I
clubs
feel
as
like you
far.
do though. You swing like super fucking hard. I feel like you
don't-
can crush the ball.
Yeah, but I try not to.
Nah, that's fair.
If I'm hitting the ball well, I'm not fucking
Not
swinging
hitting
as
it
hard,
hard.
as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I use my pitching wedge like 100 to 115, and then I'll go 9 from like 110 to like 125, and then I'll go and so the 6 is my best club, but I'll use that like 160 to like 180. I'll
Right.
use a 6. So then anything less than 160, then I'm like, okay, do I use a 7 or an 8? So I guess my 7 would be like 145 to 160, and my 8 would be like 130 to 145. And then yeah, my 9 would be like 150.
So how often do you break out your 58?
Anything inside of 100, pretty much.
Hmm.
Unless I'm like at like 85, 90, then I'll probably use my pitching
Just a
wedge.
soft
swing
pitching
late.
wedge, yeah.
Swing light.
That's what I'm saying, dude. A 52 would be perfect for you
Perfect
then.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, the 4 hybrid, I hit like fucking dog shit.
I've
was
never
such a
even
waste
had. I've
of
never
money.
had a hybrid club in my life.
I
I don't think I've
never
I've swung one at like Top Golf, but I've never been like
Yeah.
playing real golf.
Andy
with
hit
one.
me up the other day. I don't know if he texted you, but he was like, "Hey,
He's getting his new driver. About his-
no, he was like, hey, par 5, it's your second shot. Like, what club are you using, a wood or a hybrid?" And I was like, well, it depends. Like, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. And I was like, but if I think I can get it there with a hybrid, then I'm gonna use a hybrid. And
Right.
if I think that I'm gonna come up short, then I'll use a wood because it'll roll out more with a wood. It's supposed to anyway. But like, and there's just a lot of things to consider. But like, it really depends. He's like, oh, look, I'm just wondering because like I'm thinking about getting one. I don't know which one to get, and I was like, I think you should probably get a wood. He was like, and then he's like, all right, because I only start with just woods, right? Like,
Dude, so do you like use your woods often though? I have a 5 wood, like a new 5 wood that I got when I got my driver that I have now, I've swung it probably 5 times.
Yeah, I use my woods pretty much 200 plus. I'm using a wood or a hybrid.
200. So if you're sitting at like 205, you're using a
I'm
wood
using my 4 hybrid.
4 hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I'm
maybe.
like 215, I'll probably bump up to my 5 wood.
Yeah.
And then if I'm like 230, I'll use a 3 wood.
I need to. I mean, that's the thing, dude. Like, I can hit the ball so fucking far, I just can't keep it consistently straight. Like my 4 iron, dude, I can hit like 210 yards.
Yeah. I've been like really working on my swing and my mechanics a lot. And it's helped a lot with my irons, but it's my drive has just been destroying me.
Yeah, and it's because the swing you have with a driver is
It's
so
so much
different.
different.
It's so much. You're standing so much farther away from the ball.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's how far I am from the ball.
That, dude, and
it's
your
the same
arms.
way with same way with a hybrid and the woods is
Yeah,
like
you're
you swing those halfway between a fucking iron and your
and your
driver.
driver. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's tough because it's like, okay, like in my head, I'm like, all right, what if I just swing this the same way as I swing a fucking iron? I'm like,
But
well,
you
that's
can't.
not. I can't because it's too long.
Right, right.
Maybe I can just get my fucking shaft shortened on my hybrid to be the same as my irons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even then, dude, the club face on a hybrid, or you said a wood or a hybrid?
Hybrid.
Oh yeah, that might work because it's
I mean,
closer to an
it's
iron face
yeah,
than a wood face.
yeah.
Um,
It's basically an iron face
with a
wood
wood back end.
back
Yeah.
end. Yeah,
That's like exactly where I'm at now, dude. It's like, why would I even use my driver? Like, I'm gonna give up the 50-50 chance I hit this fairway, right? If I use my driver, I'm hitting my driver 250, 260 if it's like a decent drive.
yeah.
I can hit my 4 iron pretty much straight almost every time, and I'm just sacrificing like 40 yards. Like, what's 40 yards at that point? Like, it's either I lose a ball and I have to take a stroke, or I have 40 less yards on my drive.
Yeah. I don't hit my irons consistently enough for me to be like, all right, if I use an iron off the tee box, like I'm gonna hit this straight and be in the fairway just shorter than with my driver.
Yeah,
And the other thing, dude, if when I connect, when I hit my driver well, like it's fucking pin straight, sitting in the middle of the fairway further than anybody else.
yeah. I've seen you hit some tanks before.
Yeah, dude, and it's real. Like I don't know what it is. I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna grip it and rip it, and I guess it's just like,
And is it when you don't think about your swing where you're just like, fuck
Yeah.
this, I'm gonna hit this ball hard?
yeah.
Me too. That's the only time I can hit my driver like far and straight.
So the last time I played was with Tim and Owen, and I had a pretty bad slice first couple holes, and Owen was like, dude, just drop your back foot back like 2 inches. He's like, whenever I'm slicing, that's what I do, and it almost fixes it almost automatically. It forces you to like come around the ball a little bit more, and like that's all you need to do, and you won't notice it in your swing too much. And then I started thinking about it, and then my slice was fucking literally 10 times worse, even with dropping.
10 times worse. Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. But I was thinking about it so much. It was also crazy windy that day. It was like 25, 30 mile an hour winds all day.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't want. I don't want wind. Both of my rounds in 2023 have been crazy
Wind. I think tomorrow is just gonna be cold because I don't know what it is. I know the Northeast got hit with like a crazy snowstorm, but I think it's just a giant cold front like
Yeah.
coming through.
Yeah,
Um,
perfect timing, right?
right. Obvious, dude. It's so frustrating because we'll go all week and it'll be like, the last 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks ago when Mayo was here, we got a perfect fucking weekend for weather. It was like
Yeah.
75 degrees, 80 degrees when we were at that record thing.
Yeah.
And then all week, it's gorgeous. Friday comes around, it's fucking miserable and cold all the way through Sunday. Rainy, cold, nasty. Of course, back to work for the week, gorgeous. Fucking sun every day. It's
That's terrible.
dude, it's so annoying. And it's like, god damn, it's like you don't realize like when you're an adult and have a 9 to 5 and you only have a certain amount of free time now. It's like, all right, I'm really banking on this window of free time I have to be nice where I can go do the shit I want to do. And it's like when it doesn't work out, it's just like, I guess I'm staying inside playing video games or watching a movie. And it's like, oh, dude, it's so frustrating.
I hope the weather holds out for tomorrow, but also for golf Friday morning.
I was looking Friday. Friday looks nice. It's going to be like 60 to 65 degrees Friday when we play.
Yeah, I think it is going to be nice.
That's going to, dude, I cannot wait to be out there with all the boys, all the amazing vibe of everyone just fucking no care in the world about responsibilities or anything we have to do later, just fucking vibes and nothing. So we're going to literally be back in college, dude.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
We should play like some sort of. I feel like best ball, and just like after the first hole, we'll all fucking group up into one big group, play some sort of best ball, just keep our pace going.
Yeah, I feel like we could do
Because
that.
there's gonna be like tee times right behind us.
Right. Mako!
Sorry, we've taken your living room over.
Yeah. I think best ball would be fun, especially since we have 7. Like,
Yeah.
we'll keep our pace, but also like, how many people are? It is St. Patrick's Day, but how many people do you think are actually going to be like out golfing?
Well,
Were tea time? Were there like a lot of tea times when you booked us?
So when I rebooked us, because I booked us for Saturday originally, but then it was gonna rain. So when I switched to Friday, they had like 8. I think like 8. No, they did 8:03, 8:12, and 8:21 because they're every 9 minutes, and we got 8:12 and 8:21. Nah, they had 8:12, 8:21, and 8:30. So we took 8:21 and 8:30, and there was nothing after that until like 10:30 or 10:45. So all the tee times after us are booked up. So there's going to be people behind us.
Damn, we're gonna be like the fucking hungover, like younger kids getting the earlier tea time. That's like unheard of on a. Well, I guess it's Friday. It's not technically a weekend, but it's usually like the old guys that get out there super fucking early, 7:30 in the morning to get ahead of everybody. And it's gonna be us showing up like cracking beers.
Dude, when I played in Fort Lauderdale, I got an early tea time so I could like get done ASAP and have a day with Lex after that. And it was me, 3 old heads.
Oh, you got like paired up with them?
Yeah, yeah.
Were they dope?
They're fine.
I feel like that's usually how it is. Like, it's weird because when you go out and play by yourself, or like you get paired up with random people, and you get like the one person that sucks to play with, then it's like every time you get paired up again with another person, you're always like, "Fuck! I hope it's not like this guy that I played with, or I hope it's not like."
Honestly, dude, like knock on wood,
It's been pretty good.
I've always had pretty good random.
Really? We got. I forget who it was. I think it was Don and I when he came down to Myrtle the last few times. But we got paired up with some old guy, and he was just like we try and chat him up, just not even like try and be like, best friends with him, but small talk, like make things not awkward. And he was just like not having any of it. And we were like, "You want a beer?" And he's like, "I don't drink." You want to?
That's why he's fucking all cranky.
Well, yeah, maybe. But the kid and the dad we got paired with the last time you and I played up at your house, they were pretty cool. They were nice. They were good.
Yeah, they were fine. That kid was good.
Yeah, that kid was too good, like to be playing with us.
Yeah. That kid was good.
Yeah, he was like lining up his putts and setting them and checking every angle. We should start that 18 birdies league this weekend. We should do it start it tomorrow, dude. Get our first like.
I can be down. If I get my boys into it, I know they're playing tomorrow too.
Yeah, fuck it, dude.
Some of them are, because I texted them after you texted me, and I was like, "Oh man, it's gonna be 32 degrees at tea time at the Hackler tomorrow," and my boy was like, "It's gonna be 37 at Cream Ridge tea time tomorrow."
Oh man.
And I'm like, "How you guys got better fucking tea time weather in Jersey than I'm gonna have in
Myrtle Beach?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Speaking of Myrtle Beach, sitting on this couch during my lunch break the other day, looking for a tea time for us, and we'll usually always play like Myrtle Beach National or even River Oaks is like the cheap fun course. It's the one Austin was on. Dude, called him. I was like, "Hey, I'm looking for 2 tea times like between 8 and 9 o'clock Thursday morning. We can't take anything after that because we got to be like hitting the road after."
Yeah.
He was like, "I don't got anything for you. The earliest I can get you in is 10:30, and it's like 94 a person." I'm like, $94 at River Oaks? I was like, "Okay, I'll call around, dude."
You called the wrong River Oaks.
No, I did. I've called him many times before to set tea times, and I was like, "Listen," his name was Rick. I was like, "Rick, you're fucking me, dude. Nobody's paying 94. I'm not letting my friends pay $94 to play golf at River Oaks. Sorry."
I spent so much money when we went to Myrtle Beach National.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, dude. So I don't know if it's because it's like starting to be golf season, but so I called them, and they have 3 courses to choose from, right? Kings North, Palmetto, and West Course.
Yeah.
Or not Palmetto, South Creek. Palmetto is Myrtlewood. So I called there, and I was like, "Hey, I'm looking for 2 tee times between 8 and 9 o'clock Thursday morning. What do you got?" And he was like, "Which course?" And I was like, "Whatever one's available.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter. We'll play it." He was like, "I can get you on Kings North." And I was like, "Oh, great. Like, what time?" And he was like, "It's kind of early, like 7:45, 8 o'clock." I was like, "That's even better. Like, we got to be out of town like after we play, so that's fine." And he was like, "All right, it's gonna be like 102 a person." No, 131 a person for Kings North.
Oh my god!
I was like, dude, Myrtle Beach like you're not even like. a nice course in Myrtle Beach. Like Myrtle Beach National
I
sounds
think Myrtle
nice.
Beach National's
It's
pretty
nice,
boring.
but it's like there's so
I
many
think
more nicer.
Kings North is actually one of my favorites.
It's it's one of my favorites too, but it's because it's like easy and fun to play, but not because of like how nice it is. You know what I mean? Like there's so many more nicer courses. Yeah, 131. I literally told him I didn't want to be like, nah, fuck you. So I was like, let me talk to my group and see what they say. I'll call you back. I was just like, fuck you, dude. I'm not calling you back. So then I tried there. I tried some other one in Conway. Jake told me about. I forget, but everything was like $90 or more, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, Austin said Hackler, and I was like, I thought about checking Hackler, but I knew I was like, if everything around Hackler is that expensive, Hackler's probably going to be the same. Get on the website, and it's like local rate, 18 holes, $44 a person. And I said, yes, sir. And they had like 1,000 fucking tee times open, dude.
Yeah,
like
Hackler's a solid course too.
they
We
have
played
the
there.
mad nice. They have the mad nice carts too. With the
They have
Bluetooth
mad nice
speaker.
carts.
Yeah,
dude,
the
Hackler-
range and
Hackler's
everything.
got the best fucking carts in
In Myrtle Beach, people sleep on that
Uh,
course, dude.
Yeah, that was the first course that we played when we came down in November for our golf trip.
Yeah,
First course we played
Hackler's
was
dope. Maggie and I actually had our first kiss on Hackler.
Emery showed up with a fucking flat tire.
Oh, when you and your boys went down, he showed up to Hackler with a flat tire. What the fuck?
I think he popped his tire at that roundabout near.
On campus?
Nah, the roundabout
Near
near
501?
Jiffy Lube
Oh yeah.
and Ale House.
Okay, yeah.
That roundabout. I think he popped his tire there.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And then was like, fuck it, I'm closing off the Hackler. Drove there, and dude, we had a tough time getting that bitch off. We were like, we'll help you change it. Like, stick around for you to change it. And we had a really tough time getting his spare tire off to get like the donut on it.
Did he?
Or to get his regular tire off.
Did he have like a?
Yeah, he had a donut in his car.
Okay. Yeah, but did he have like the ratchet tools to get the tire off?
Yeah, he had everything. It's just like the tire was like. It's probably because like down here it's like such salty air that like it all kind of rusts a little bit and like corrodes together. And it hadn't been taken off in so long that the tire, like the holes in the tire and the rim were like corroded to the fucking.
That's probably how my alternator bolt was, dude. That's probably what caused that. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tough. We were struggling with it, but I mean, we got it, and we all went on our merry ways.
Yeah, Hackler's definitely a fun course. I think it's number 10.
It's like
it is.
yards.
Yeah, it is pretty long, but long courses have never bothered me. My whole thing is I can't hit the fucking ball straight.
Number 10's not bad. Is that a par?
That par 3? That's that par 3 that goes over the pond. Yeah, I love that hole.
I had a great first shot on that hole. I think. Nah, I lied. I think I might have been in. Yeah, my first one I fucking hit off the toe of my club. My second one I cranked, but I like kind of hooked it a little bit, and I ended up to the left of the green.
Yeah, that I've definitely ended up in the water on that hole before, but I remember I think you might have been there for that one time. I think it was when it was me, Jake, Jordan, Trevor, Waldo, and I think it was just like the group of guys were playing golf. It was post your graduation. I think I still might have been at college, but everyone was down for some reason. It might have been like a weekend when remember when Jake and Dylan lived at the spot Clay and I lived at last year? That apartment complex?
I didn't know they lived there.
Yeah, not the same building, like not the same place, but like the building like down a little bit, but in the same complex. It was there. Jordan.
I've been to their spot, but I didn't know that was the same as where you live.
Yeah, it's the same. Yep, same place, right outside Market Commons.
Interesting.
But I think it was that year, and everybody was down for like Memorial Day weekend or something. We played golf at Hackler, and I guess like a house on one of the holes, like on the back side, was having like a frat party or something. And some girl came out and was like, "Can I try?" And Jordan gave her fucking golf, like his driver club or whatever. And she sat there and tried to hit this ball like 7 times for like 5 minutes, and everybody else had already driven. We're all just sitting there watching this girl trying to drunkenly hit this ball, and we're like, all right, can we fucking get on with it, dude? Like we have.
Was it over near Big Blue on that hole?
Yeah. But the house that she came from was on the right side, not towards Big Blue.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She just like climbed over the fence, was like, "Can I try?" and drunkenly stumbled up to the tee box.
One is a far one out, and then 2 goes along 544, or is that 3?
That is 3.
Like a little bit of
That's 3 because you start on 1, and then you have 2 that has like the little bit of a dog leg that goes over the little creek right before the green, and then the one after that is the one that like dog legs right, and 544 is right on the left side of it.
So then 4 is a dog leg right. It's a pretty hard one, and that's where Yubow and them used to live.
Yeah.
And so then 5 is like almost dead straight, and that goes along the side of Quail, and that's where Big Blue. And
I
where,
think
where
it's
we
that
used to
hole. I
live.
think it is that hole. But the like on the other side of the hole is like the inside of that community.
Right.
Yeah, we've had some interesting, dude. Who would have thought? Like, remember the time we were actually just talking about this the other day, or the night of the it's Triscuits motherfucker. We got like we were leaving Ubow's house in Quail when he lived there, the Jeep house. We were leaving Jeep house, and we like it was what like 3 months into our coastal career. Didn't know where the fuck we were walking through a golf course or whatever, dude. Who would have thought like fucking 7 years later we'd still be playing golf there? We didn't even play golf at that point.
We never played.
We never
golf.
played golf when we were in college.
I played Hackler once when I was in college. It was like in my senior year.
Yeah, I think I played golf maybe other than like my
I
last
played golf twice.
when you were there. I played like 2 or 3
I
times
played
maybe.
once at Hackler, and I played once. It might have been. I think it was Wild Wing.
Oh, you played Wild Wing that early?
Nah.
Oh no, this was it when Journey went with us?
Maybe it wasn't Wild Wing, but it was like that area.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
You remember Kyle?
yeah.
Kyle
Hooley?
Hooley? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. The course was like throughout his neighborhood, and I remember like we had to like drive on the roads to get from hole
Behind
to hole.
where MK used to live.
Yeah, which is the same where Wild
Same
Wing
where
is.
Wild-
It's also down there.
Yeah.
Right? Is there 2 courses back there? There must.
I think it
Or does Wild Wing have 2 courses?
Wild Wing might, but I've never. Oh, they used to. Like the last 2 years, I think one of them got closed down for housing. So it might have been that one that you played.
Yeah, because it was back there, and I remember like driving through the neighborhoods to get to the holes. And those are the only 2 times that I played when I was in school.
Yeah, I was the same way. Like maybe played 2 times. Always had clubs. Like from
Yeah,
freshman year,
always had
always had
clubs.
clubs. But then when Doobie and I lived together, or even when Jake, Shane, and I lived together, we played a few times. But when Doobie and I lived together, and like Jake had already graduated, and I was like Doobie was like literally the only friend of our friend group left there.
Yeah,
Jake and I played like every fucking weekend because it was like the start of that golf group that plays.
I want to start playing like all the time, dude.
No, dude.
I think it might be good this summer, like, because I can just like tell my boys like, yo, when are you guys playing? And I'll be able to go and meet up with them, and because I'm not gonna be working.
Yeah,
this summer.
that's how we were last summer, dude. Every Saturday morning, like.
Well, they play during the week a lot.
Oh, really? See,
2:00 tea times on like a Thursday.
Yeah, I can't get off work and like to do that. Well, last summer I did a few times. Like, there's a course 10 minutes down the road that's by Maggie's school that sometimes at like, 4:30 would roll around and I'd get off work like half an hour early and be like, all right, I'm gonna go play 9. But never had enough time for 18 because it would get dark.
During the summer, I almost always would work 8 to 5 instead of 9 to 5. So I worked 9-hour days instead of 8, and then that would basically give me like 4 hours. I could take 1 4-hour day.
Right.
Like do 4 9-hour days is 36 hours, and then 1 4-hour day. So that would free me up
Just
to be
save
able to
that
golf
for
one
Friday?
afternoon. Yeah, or if we golfed on Thursday, because I think we would golf Thursdays at this one spot, Cream Ridge. It's like where I grew up. We have 3 like hometown courses basically. They're all like between 5 and 10 minutes from where like our childhood houses. And the nicest one, Cream Ridge, they have a nice bar and restaurant as well. That's all of our favorites. I think Thursdays they do like burger specials, like different burgers on special every Thursday
Ooh.
for like $5. So I think we were playing there and then like getting dinner afterwards, like pretty regularly. I think it's Thursdays they did that. So not always on Friday, but it's like whatever. Then I'll just work a full day.
That
Friday.
sounds bomb. I would definitely like plan my entire week, like 9-hour days from Monday to Thursday, and then take Friday. Like it's basically a 3-day weekend. 4 hours a day, dude. You're done by noon.
Yeah, work 8 to 12, and then I'm done.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Did you see there's actually the bill for a 4-day work week just got reintroduced to Congress?
So I mean, I think it should pass, dude. There's, I told you, I read that book, Do Nothing, and it's all about like people don't need to work as much as they do.
No.
And you'll be like pretty much everywhere in the world where they reduce the work hours, productivity has stayed
the same. Right. And it's because you work the traditional 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, especially people that work from home now, and I'm like, there's just because you work long hours doesn't mean you're productive that entire time. And I know we talked about this like a few episodes ago, but like, dude, there's no way anybody sitting down at 9 a.m. every day on their computer even if they're in the office, right? Like working straight up, being productive from 9 to noon, taking an hour for lunch, sitting right back down at exactly 1 o'clock, and then from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, staring at your screen and doing work. There's not enough work unless you're like a fucking software engineer or some sort of like, shit like that. There's not enough work to be done in like any fucking job where that needs to be applied. One, two, human brains just aren't like wired to do that.
They're not made
They're
to work
not.
like that.
Unless you're
Like
on
that's
unless
I
you're on
know
Adderall, you can't.
like I know my high guy thoughts don't always translate to the way that they should, but I like tried to say like a couple episodes ago about like how quickly our like technology and like our lifestyles have evolved. That's not enough time for our bodies and our brains to evolve, right?
Well,
Like
that takes millions of years, dude.
at least thousands or
Yeah,
like
at the very least.
tens of thousands,
Yeah.
right? But like from the time that we were hunter gatherers to now has been so short, and like we're our genetic makeup isn't made for this kind of like this style of life.
No, it's really not. Which is to another point, like the whole emergence of like AI software. Have you been watching the new South Park episodes?
Nah, I think what was episode 3? I think I saw episode 3. I think that was the
Episode
last
3
one.
was about fuck. We watched it when Mayo was here and it was pretty good. I forget, but the newest one was about ChatGPT and how like all the students in the school are using ChatGPT to do like their homework and essays and stuff, and how Stan is using ChatGPT to send his girlfriend like text messages so he doesn't have to bother like thinking about like what she wants to talk about and all this stuff, and pretty much how it's like pretty much just fucking everybody up. And then I saw something on Twitter yesterday about how this guy have found this AI generator thing. He started the tweet off with basically saying Instagram's fucked. Instagram is not going to be a thing in the next 5 years because AI is just going to be generating every photo ever. And he's pretty much like, it's a whole thread. I'm not going to explain the whole thing because I don't really know exactly what I'm talking about. But he did this whole Python chain of code where he started doing AI generated pictures of Barack Obama, and they weren't real pictures that were taken ever. But the pictures that were generated with his line of coding were like, dude, there's no way anybody could tell the difference if that was a real photo or not.
Right.
And that's
so dangerous.
terrifying, dude.
That's just like dangerous to like I think about like female expectations, right? Like if you're to have a daughter and she's growing up and like her expectations are built off of the people that she sees off of social media, but the people that she sees off of social media are fucking fake people.
Oh, dude, that's not even female expectations, just human expectation. Anybody, dude. Even like when it comes to guys, when you see like the new Creed movie and all like I know like people in Hollywood are all juiced up for the most part, and like you can't lie, like they're not naturally like
No.
that good looking. Like they're juiced up and they have like crazy regimens, and I get that, but like even now, like you see like pictures on social media of like these AI generated photos, and it's like fuck, dude, like I'm never gonna be that shredded. Like what does that do for people's mental in general? Like girls see pictures of like these crazy supermodels, and it's like that's not real life, dude. Like
Yeah.
one, it's not real life, even if it is a real photo, because it's edited like a motherfucker, and like
Yeah.
most people that live the supermodel life aren't like that's not normal the way they like diet and the way they do shit like that.
Yeah.
Two, these AI generated shit, it's literally a fake photo.
Fake news.
It's not real.
Yeah. Social media is not good.
And dude, it's only been around for like 15 years.
I love it for some things, right? Like we talked about before, like I love it for getting workouts and shit like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And memes. Memes is the best part of social media. Like getting on social media and having a good laugh is the best part of it. Like I'll get on TikTok and I'll see something really fucking funny and I'll genuinely sit there and laugh at my phone.
Worth it.
Worth it. Every time.
Yeah.
But then there's like the other side of it is so dark and toxic, dude, and I feel like it's not really talked about as much as it should be.
I just feel like it's like so I just feel like it's so detrimental to like our mental health and our mental psyche.
There needs to be I mean, I've seen laws being introduced to where like they're now like anybody after oh no, this was completely not even regarding social media, but side note, anybody born after like 2009 or something like that can't buy tobacco products in California now.
Interesting.
Like not like you can't buy any cigarettes, you can't like you it's not even like oh you have to wait till you're this age, like you straight up cannot buy them. which is a step in the right direction. I feel like that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But I saw this other bill was getting introduced where you have to be verified 18 or older to start being on social media, and I was like, that's great, dude. Like, I feel like your brain is still not like developed enough when you're 18 to like really. I mean, dude, think about it.
I just get so easily influenced.
We started when we were like 13, bro. Like when Facebook was a thing. Like I remember like my mom letting me have a Facebook page like finally when I was like 12, 13, and I was like so excited for that. But
My mom didn't let me have when I was fucking sneaking on to play Farmville.
Farmville was the shit. Farmville was.
I was
Maggie loves a good Farmville. She still plays.
Yeah, I was like addicted to Farmville.
Yeah, getting on and seeing how much your crops have grown in like 12 hours.
Well, I would like get on like before school, like before the bus came. I was like, oh, I gotta check my crops.
Oh, that's how I was with RuneScape.
I can't let them sit here and
Gotta
like
check my crops.
they'll die if I don't fucking harvest these bitches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like low key addicted to it in fucking like 6th grade.
But that's different than being like on social media. You know what I mean? That's just a game. That's like video gaming.
That's true.
That's different than getting on Instagram every.
And scrolling.
Yeah, and just seeing like all this detrimental like fucking clicky bullshit. Like
It's crazy, dude.
it really, dude. Have you seen? I know we talk about like the Twitter kind of like algorithm a lot, but like you know how they have the For You page now and the following page, where it's like, all right, if you open Twitter, there's a tab you start on. It's called For You, and then you can click on the right side of your homepage and it's following. So like if you click on following, it'll just be.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I've seen many people talk about this on Twitter. My For You page is all now. It's just like fight videos, videos of people dying, like straight up like like extreme like.
See, I just opened my Twitter to check. It's already on following. I stay on following.
How do you wait? Let me see that real quick. You don't even have the option for You.
No, I do.
How do you get on? How do you stay on following though? That's the thing.
I'm just always there. I don't know.
That's so weird because when I open mine and a lot of people open theirs, it like goes back to maybe it's because if you like close out the app and then open it back.
I just switched to For You. Now I'm gonna close the app. Now I'm gonna open it again, and I'm on For You. All right, now I'm gonna go back to following. Closing the app, open it again, and I'm on following. Yeah, so whatever you close your app on, that's what it reopens on. So mine's always on following. I made that switch probably like 6 months ago. It feels like I'm so bad with time, but it feels like it was 6 months ago. And yeah, dude, I love it because so I switched to that, and I went through and I cleaned out the people that I'm following. Like I unfollowed I went on like a mass unfollowing
on Twitter.
Yeah. Let me look at my numbers real quick. So right now I'm following 94 people.
That's it?
And,
I need to do that.
And I followed people since then, so I probably was down like in the 80s, and it's just so much better, dude. Like I get what I want, and I don't get all the bullshit. It's like pretty much all sports, a little bit of climate stuff, but it's pretty much all sports betting, and then like my friends.
Yeah, I do. Holy shit, I follow 600 people.
That's how I was. I was the same way. I might even had more than that. And then I was like, dude, what do I follow all these? Like I follow so many random people, and I just was like, yeah, I don't need all this fucking. I don't need the opinions from random people, the retweets from random fucking people who I never even met before.
Yeah.
Like if I don't know you in real life and I don't like somewhat value your opinions or at least like value like what you have to put out on Twitter, like I'm gonna unfollow you. And I was like pretty harsh about it when I went through. I unfollowed a lot of people.
That's kind of how. So like that's how I treat my Facebook, right? Like if I don't know you in real life, I pretty much won't add you on Facebook. I don't know why like I treat Twitter and even Instagram so differently. Like in my head, like not even like subconsciously, you know what I mean? Like if I mean obviously like I'll follow sports people and stuff on Twitter because that's where I get most of my news from. But like if I in my Yankees community, if somebody follows me like randomly that I've seen like their name a few times, like only strictly in my Yankees community pops up, I'll follow them back just because it's like, oh, like I see your Yankees tweets and I'll be like, oh, I'm interested in like what you have to say about the Yankees. But then I'll see their tweets on like my actual timeline, and like this one kid that I followed back, I think his name's like Mario or something like that, just straight out of the Bronx, just random guy from the Bronx, never met in real life, seen his Yankees tweets, and I'm like, oh, I like his opinion, so I'll follow him back because he followed me. He's tweeting about like his job at like his fucking car dealership and all this stuff, and like just personal stuff. And I'm just like, dude, I don't need to see this. Like, I wish there was a way to like get notifications of people's tweets inside of communities instead of having to follow them and then see like the rest of their bullshit. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like a lot of the
Like a
people that,
follow within a community.
right, I follow people on Twitter based off of like stuff that I'm interacting with. Like I won't see a funny tweet, a random viral tweet, and be like, "Oh, that's a funny tweet. Let me follow this guy." Like who the fuck does that?
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
So I follow people that I want to see tweets from about certain topics, but then when they don't tweet about certain topics, it annoys me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how to like.
That's your own fault. Because you've made that expectation, like, oh, like I expect this person to like be tweeting Yankee shit, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's true, but like I see like them all the time in like my Yankee shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, he seems like he's got like pretty good insight, good opinions on stuff that I'm checking Twitter for regularly. And then I fucking follow him, and it's like, oh, why did I do that? And then I'm too lazy to go in and like unfollow all these people.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, most of the people in the communities I feel like are like low key knuckleheads, just like generic fans talking out their ass.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. Are you in that Eagles one, the Fly Eagles Fly one?
I'm in a bunch of like Philadelphia based ones. And I feel it's just all people just like don't really know the sport that well. Like, yeah, I'm sure they're good fans. And they've been following
And
the
they
team and following
watch,
the league.
but
They
it's
know
like
what's going on, but they don't have like real.
they're just
insight.
super reactionary.
All right, so I got ripped apart on Twitter for saying that C.J. Gardner-Johnson was the glue to our defense, like even more so than Darius Slay. I didn't say that. I was like no shade of Darius Slay or anything. Like I know he's a stud, but I was like C.J. like he like is holding down the secondary, and it's so much different when he's in. And I got ripped to shreds.
Because Slay has a bunch of stands, that's why.
Right. So fast forward, and it's like everyone in on like the national media, like Ryan Clark the other day on ESPN, who I like Ryan Clark a lot.
Yeah. He's like a very down to earth, like got a good head on his shoulders type of guy.
He was pretty much saying the same thing. He's like, dude, C.J. Gardner Johnson is for the Eagles defense what Jalen Hurts is for the offense. Like he's the one that makes it all tick. Like he's the one that's like really kind of driving shit back there. I'm like, dude, bro, that's what I've been saying. And I got crucified for that take.
Because what you're saying is in front of a bunch of like casuals, and what he's saying is in like he's got just a much broader audience who has like he has a higher chance of having people that like agree with his takes like you do than like you would with a few people in a community.
Yeah,
which sucks, dude. But like, I don't know. I also feel that same way with like my Yankees community. There'll be people like today, dude. I hopped on. Lunch came around, so I turned the Yankees game on at 1:00. I usually always take my lunches at 1 for that reason specifically. It's like, all right, I can get an hour of Yankees baseball and without having to do anything. So I threw it on, and I get on the community, and like Sevy like gives up like 3 runs in the first inning, and they pull him out. So in spring training, you can pull pitchers out and then put them back in.
Okay.
So it's like Sevy got pulled with 2 outs in the first because he threw 30 pitches. They don't want him throwing 50 pitches in 1 inning.
Yeah.
They took him out, put in a random guy out of the fucking bullpen, and then the second inning comes around and put Sevy back in. And he just like didn't have his slider working today, and it wasn't like, oh, Sevy's not ready, like he's not ready for the season. Now that Rodon's hurt, like he has to step into our number 2, and he's gonna shit the bed because he's not having a good spring. I'm like, dude, like seeing all of that and people just reacting to a spring training game, and I get it, like Yankees fans are like fucking stupid like that sometimes. I'm even like guilty of doing shit like that. But it's like, dude, like he's clearly just like trying to find his slider. He's not like out there throwing his heart on the line for a spring training game. He's getting his work in. Like, what are we reacting like this for?
The thing, bro. It's spring training. I honestly don't react to anything in spring
training.
It's honestly even like the first month of the season.
Well, that
obviously it'd be good to start high and get your team out on the right foot. But like the first like month of the season is like spring training is like fake baseball. So like to me anyway.
Right.
So to
it's
me,
just it's a glorified workout. Is what spring training is.
Like that first, it's literally like for people at the plate, it's like
getting your timing.
Glorified BP.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. It's like live. BP.
You're taking some live at bats.
And like so then when the season comes in, it's like okay. You got like a month to fucking get it together. If there is any rust that wasn't shaken off in spring training, better get that shit off and get it together.
Right.
And then like once May rolls around, it's like, all right, you better start getting into high gear because once the summer comes, like you got to get hot.
Right. Yeah. No, that's exactly what it is, dude. And even like to that point, the first month of like the regular season is really just like seeing how teams like the way they're constructed. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
seeing who's going to be what point of like power, who's going to be like your speed guy, how like lineups are constructed. Staying healthy is a big part of it. Like, all right, are we going to be able to stay healthy? Like, is anybody coming out of the gate that's not healthy? Like, it's pretty much you're weeding out like the non-injured or the injured people or players or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like the Yankees have Boone. You're a psycho. Yeah, they do actually. He's their manager. The Yankees have like obviously been hit with like the injury bug in early spring training, but like not really that worried about it because it is spring training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it was like July or August and this was happening, like it did last year,
Yeah, then you're like,
I'm like,
"Alright,
what the
now
fuck is
we're
going
gonna
on,
be, like,
dude?
maybe not healthy come playoffs." and-
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And honestly, dude, like the reactionary baseball fans, they can get this step in, bro. Like
Yes.
baseball's such a long season. Last year, everybody in Philly wanted fucking JT gone. They're
What?
like, yeah, in like June.
Why? Because he wasn't hitting or something?
Yeah,
Oh my
he wasn't
God.
hitting. He didn't hit great the first, 2 or 3 months of the season. Everybody wanted him gone, and then it's like, oh, he's actually one of our most clutch batters. Like like when you need a hit, JT's gonna
Dude,
hit
he
that
low key
rally
carried
starter.
you guys from like June to like pretty
Yeah,
much
He
September.
doesn't hit a lot of home runs, but he does hit home runs. But he doesn't hit a crazy amount. But he has a really good batting average. He gets on base a lot, and like
And he steals bases for a catcher.
yeah,
Swipes some bags,
yeah. I think he had over 20 this past season,
which is like unheard of for any catcher in the league.
He led the catchers in baseball in steals.
Yeah.
He led almost every category for catchers. Like not home runs, he's probably like third in.
Yeah.
Oh, but like his hits, RBIs, like batting average, obviously, stolen bases, like cream of the crop.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he's not very. And Garrett Stubbs is our backup catcher, and he came in and had a few good games. And then it's like,
Oh, dude.
And I'm like, bro, he's literally the best catcher in baseball, and there's not
Particularly not close.
I don't even know who second is, and
No.
like for that reason alone, I'm gonna say it's not that close.
Yeah.
Right, like if it
Hey.
was close, I would know who the second best catcher in baseball was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, I think the thing is like JT's like so far ahead of everyone else, where it's like
Especially
there's no argument for anyone.
offensively. You could say maybe he's like number 2, maybe
Salvador
I don't know who would be
Perez,
number
maybe.
1, but like he's by far the best defensive catcher in baseball. I think he has been for 3 or 4 years, and like it hasn't really been.
Did you win that platinum glove though?
I don't know. I guess not.
Boy, Jose Trevino got one last year.
How do you get a platinum glove?
It's like a step above gold glove.
Who gets those?
Like if
Is there one person a year that gets it?
I think so. Not everyone gets a platinum glove every year, but if like you hit I think there's like parameters that you need to hit to get one.
Interesting.
Which is crazy, dude, because when you think about it, like pitch framing from catchers is not going to be a thing in baseball much longer. If these robo umps come in and do their thing,
True.
that's a big part of
That's
a lot of catchers' games is pitch framing, dude, and it's just going to be gone.
Oh, Boone word.
What do you?
I think one person gets a platinum glove per season from each league.
Not per position.
Correct. So it was Jose Trevino last year.
Yeah, he won
for the American League. The year before that was Carlos Correa. The year before that, Alex Gordon, Matt Chapman, Byron Buxton, Francisco Lindor. And for the National League, from 2017 to 2022, Nolan Arenado every single year.
Yeah, dude, his glove's insane.
And then then it was Anthony Rizzo, Yadier Molina won a few. Yadier Molina's got 4, at least as far back as this goes. Only goes back, I think, 10 years. So yeah, it's only one person for each league gets platinum glove. So every gold glove recipient is eligible for a platinum glove, and then one of the gold glove
gets the platinum.
Yeah,
That makes sense. That's kind of a cool award. I mean, I always knew there was like I knew of the platinum glove, but I didn't know the exact like parameters
How
of
they
it.
got it. Yeah.
That's interesting.
JT said he should have got one.
I'm sure he will by the time he retires. Maybe this year. Yeah, dude. Nolan Arenado's got one of the best gloves I think I've ever seen out of a baseball player. It's
Episode
actually
3
insane.
from South Park was the Japanese toilet one.
Oh yeah, Magoo watched that one with us. That was funny, dude. The fucking Randy gets a Japanese toilet that has like one of those butthole washers, has a bidet, but it's also like electronic and like just does a bunch of
Sinks
other
to
shit.
you and it fucking has like a hair dryer attached to it to dry your butthole off.
Dude. So the whole episode is about he gets this Japanese toilet, and then he's trying to put everyone on, and it eliminates the need for toilet paper. So like
Big TP coming
big,
after him.
yeah, big corporation toilet papers like pulling a JFK on Randy. He's like making a speech like to the whole town of South Park about how everyone needs a Japanese toilet, and he just gets sniped out of nowhere.
Dude, so I saw this stat, or I didn't see it, I heard it from a doctor who studies some bullshit, I don't fucking know. And it was on a podcast. He said like your life expectancy increases by like 24, like 14% or something like that if you play racket sports.
Racket sports like pickleball and tennis and shit.
Pickleball and tennis and ping pong.
Ping pong, ping pong. Is that even considered a sport? It's just like a table
They
game.
have it in the Olympics.
Yeah, but it's not like
it's a sport.
okay. Oh, yeah.
And so I said that, and Lex was like, "Well, you don't know like who's paying for the study and stuff." I was like, "You're right. It's probably big racket sports. Big racket sports is colluding on this fucking study,
trying to get more people to play their sport." Who even thinks to like research that though? Like, I wonder what racket sports has like the impact it has on life expectancy.
It's probably really good for like hand-eye type shit.
Yeah,
like I'm sure that has something to do with like your
brain fun. Yeah, that makes sense. Keeping your brain active.
And those are sports that you can play into an old age.
You ever seen that video of the grandma playing ping pong in the kitchen and she like dives into the fucking cabinet of
No, that sounds awesome.
Dude, she's like playing she like does that scream like while she falls into the cabinet of china. She's like, ah, and she just dives straight into it.
Fuck that china.
It's like one of the classic vines. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
You want to talk about some NFL free agency?
Oh man. I guess.
All right.
It's kind of a bummer on the Eagles side.
I know. We're gonna start with the Birds.
Okay.
We signed Rashad Penny.
I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah.
I feel like we also re-signed Boston Scott.
I didn't see that, but I like that.
It's gonna be T. Scott, Rashad Penny, and Kenny G.
Miles Sanders.
Maybe.
Oh, he's a free agent this year.
He hasn't signed anywhere yet. I don't think he comes back. I think it's gonna.
You don't think so? Ah, dude, I would hate if he doesn't come back.
I'd be fine with it.
Dude. You would? I like him. I feel like he took a big step forward this year.
I think he's good, but I think that like our offensive line is so good. How much of it is the O line? And I think Kenny G can be just as good as like that shifty back. Boston Scott's a little more of a power guy. Now we got Rashad Penny. He's like a real power guy.
Yeah. How old is Rashad Penny? Has he been around for a while? I feel like
he's not that old.
I feel like he's been around for a minute, but he's just always been hurt. So I haven't really
he's got the injury bug bad. It stays with him. See right now I'm pulling up Sleeper.
Yeah, I saw that we had signed him, and
he's 27. So I mean, he's like on the end of his
prime.
I got him in CCU Dynasty.
Man, what are the Seahawks gonna do? Oh, they got what's his name? They'll be all right. I forgot he got hurt.
They got Kenneth Walker.
Yeah,
he'll be good.
He was a stud until he got hurt.
Jason Kelce
back again.
Love for another year. $14.25 million. Love it,
Money.
dude. I think he's still got a couple more good years in him, and like that's just amazing. Darius Slay released.
Gone.
That's upsetting.
It is, dude, because I thought when he first came to the Eagles, I really thought he was going to be like our cornerstone guy for a while. And what was it? 3 years? 2 years?
It was 3. It might have been 2 though. But either way, dude, we just released him. We didn't even try to trade him. Like we gave him permission to go get a trade, and then we.
Wait, was he not a free? He wasn't a free. Like how many more years did he have on his contract?
I don't know, but
I thought he was a free agent.
I got a notification today when driving down here that he was released.
Oh man!
That the Eagles were cutting him. So it's like you didn't even get anything.
Why would we not even try to trade him?
Right, either keep him.
There's gotta be a reason for that. There's no way we just let that value go.
I'm hoping that we sign CJ.
Yeah, but what are your chances of thinking of that's gonna happen? I feel I'm pretty low on that happening.
I'm at like 40% right now.
Yeah. I'd probably sit there. between 20 and 40. But
I say there's a chance he comes back. I feel like Howie's got to know that he was the fucking key in our secondary.
I think he does.
We
he's
re-signed
aware.
James Bradbury to a 3-year deal.
I don't
That's
know.
fine with me.
Dude, I feel like he's a little overhyped.
I think he's a little overhyped too. But
Not and
really-
taking out the whole Super Bowl situation, like that's how I
Yeah.
felt before that.
yeah. No, I don't think he was amazing this year. He wasn't bad. He wasn't great. He was touted like he was great, but he wasn't. But I mean, he's solid. I kind of hope that we use that number 10 pick to get a corner.
Yeah, that would be nice now that we don't have fucking Slay and maybe not CJG.
Yeah. Especially like look at the Jets last year and they went and got Sauce and like the Jets have a really good defense.
And Sauce was a stud this year, dude.
Yeah, like instantly, dude. Good rookie corners instantly make an impact. Trevon Diggs a few years ago for the Cowboys, 2 years ago for the Cowboys, like
Yeah, I mean he had that one. Even in his good year though, Trayvon Diggs, he had a bunch of interceptions, but he was getting toasted on
he
his
gets toast.
Yeah, dude. Like
Like
when he gets beat, he gets beat.
100%. But he's still a really good talent because he gets a lot of interceptions, right? And like, so the Cowboys traded for Stephon Gilmore. They traded a fifth, which is pretty much free.
Yeah.
You bring in Stephon Gilmore, who's not an All-Pro anymore, but he's a veteran, and like he knows the craft. He's one of the best corners like of the game historically, right? If he can teach Trayvon Diggs how to not get fucking burnt every other route,
that's a great investment for the
worth
Cowboys.
your fifth-round pick,
Yeah,
right?
for
And
sure.
just like having that kind of leader in the locker room and having that veteran presence, like, and one of my boys is a Cowboys fan, and he was saying they have two other young corners. So he's like, Stephon Gilmore, hopefully while he's here, first of all, he's going to be the cornerback 2. Trevon Diggs is going to guard the 1. So like, Stephon's guarding wide receiver 2s, not wide receiver 1s. He doesn't need to be what he was, and he can still have an impact. He might even be able to like go into the slot as like a nickel corner.
Yeah.
But then like I feel like just like the influence that he can have on their young corners is worth your 5th-round pick.
Right. I mean, and dude, like theoretically, who are you gonna draft in the 5th round?
Right.
That's gonna be
Right.
even come close to what Stephon Gilmore's ever been.
Exactly.
So,
Javon Hargrave leaving Philly, signs with San Fran.
Dude,
he got the bag. He got paid. He got like 4 years, $84 million. That's $21 a year. That's a lot of money. They have a very good defensive line. They
have a good defense.
Everyone said last year they were the best defense until they played Philly. Then all of a sudden, after we beat them, their defense wasn't elite anymore.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh well, Brock Purdy was hurt, as if he was going to do anything against our defense to begin with,
or as if he fucking played for their defense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like San Fran still had the defense that everyone in the fucking country
number
said
one,
was the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
And the Eagles aren't going to be able to put up points, and we still put up fucking like 40 or 30 something.
Yeah.
Like,
no, dude.
Piss all the way off.
I mean, you just gotta expect like shit like that to happen every time the Eagles are involved in a big game like that, dude. It's just gonna happen.
It's just Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to it at this point. Super sidebar. The Nuggets are on like a 4 or 5 game losing streak, and I'm here for it.
Because fuck Jokic.
Yeah, because fuck Jokic, right? Because I mean, that's funny because like he's averaging a triple double this year, which is good. He's having a solid year, but like 3 years ago, Russell Westbrook was averaging a triple double, and everyone was shitting
on him, dude. Yeah,
he wouldn't have sniffed a fucking MVP.
Did you see the video of like the Nuggets defense like the past like 3 or 4 games where it was like the Denver Nuggets lose 4 in a row. The coach came out and said like our defense needs to be better or whatever. Someone replied with just like a thread, not even a thread, just it was one video but like 2 minutes long of like Jokic just getting like
I saw something. It was like offensive players were like 19 of 27 when guarded by Jokic.
Yeah, he's not good on defense, dude.
No, he's not.
Because it's not even because he's not good. He just doesn't try. He'll literally watch somebody just float to the basket, and he's like, all right, I'll go.
I gotta find a fucking clip for you. It's so beautiful. Joel Embiid hit a game winner on Saturday. It was like an inbound play. He fucking took like a couple dribbles, spin move, fade away from basically like the foul line, hand in his face, cushed it to go up by 1. I was like, oh my god, this man is too silky.
Oh, butter.
He is too silky. He's just so good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he does everything you want him to, and then some. He's a big man, and he plays defense. He's fucking swatting motherfuckers. He's a really good defender.
He's got to win MVP.
And he's leading the
eventually.
fucking league in points per game.
Yeah.
He doesn't like.
You can't ask for much more from a basketball player, dude.
You can't.
You really can't.
But the crazy thing is I think he had a better season last year
Than this year, and he
Yeah.
still lost to
and he was
lost
still
the
the
MVP
runner-up.
race. Yeah, that's dude. I don't know
And I
what
think Jokic is having a better year this year. Like
than he
he's
did last
averaging
year.
a triple double.
Yeah,
That's always been his thing. Is like he basically averages a triple double, right?
Right.
It's like he was always like he's like a 25 and then like a 10 and 9 or 10 and 8 or 9 and 9 kind of guy, right?
right.
And that's like kind of always been his shtick. Where Embiid's been like a 35 and 15 guy, but with only like 4 or 5 assists. And like now this year, Jokic is actually averaging like 25, 10, and 10. And Embiid is probably still averaging like 35 and 10, and then like probably 4 or 5 assists. But it's like I just feel like he's not having as like dominant of a season. And like
Well, he's got James Harden now too. They didn't have him for like half the year last year.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's interesting what's happening in Philly because now like Tyrese isn't getting as much run. Like with the ones he's coming off the bench. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, dude. Side note, real quick: the Knicks have been fucking. I mean, they went on like a 3 or 4 game lose streak after their 9 game win streak, but they look like a team for once, dude.
No, yeah, the Knicks look.
They
good.
look complete. Like they have a nice young core that are like hungry, and Thibodeau like has kind of implemented his whole defensive scheme with them, and
Yeah,
they like,
Thibodeau's a real like hard nosed blue collar kind of
Yeah,
coach.
dude.
I like him as a coach.
and it's like working.
Yeah,
And Julius Randle, like I know, like we signed him to that huge, massive contract, and I was like, like I was until like I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, until Julius Randle really had like his big year with the Knicks. I wasn't ever really sold on him, and I wasn't expecting him to be like the player that he is now. But like even then, dude, he doesn't
he
need
hit
to
a
be.
fucking fadeaway
Yeah.
3-game winner the other day.
Yeah, did you catch any of the Celtics Knicks game that went into double overtime like last week?
Nah, dude, I never fucking watched
Oh,
basketball.
dude, this was the first. I literally had it on the TV. It was after Mayo and
Yeah.
Rye left. Went upstairs to go to bed, and I put the game on because it was like coming down to like the end of the fourth quarter. And Maggie was like, "Why are we watching basketball?" And I was like, "Knicks Celtics. It's a good game. I don't know. Like it's about to go into OT." It was the first game I've watched in so long, but dude, it was such a good game, and it's like Isaiah Quickly was.
He's good.
Dude, he's so
His
good.
brother, Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson, he's been hurt for like a week and a half now with a sore foot or something, so he hasn't been playing. But dude, go back like months ago when I said it on the podcast. Like Jalen Brunson's low key that dude. Like he's been looking good, and then he's kind of sprouted into what he is today. And it's just like I'm kind of excited for the playoffs now, dude. Like they fucking got me line, hook, and sinker. They do it almost every year, where it's like it's almost nicer to see the Knicks.
Might get the Sixers in the first round.
Dude, the Knicks are pushing for like a 4 or 5 seed, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think that the Knicks, I thought they were the 6.
They, I believe, are sitting at the 6 now. But I mean, there's still like what 12 games left.
The Knicks are the 5 right now.
5, and the Sixers are the 2.
Sixers are 3.
3.
Yeah, I think the Knicks will stay the 5. They might jump to the 4. Because after the Knicks, it's the Nets, and then the Heat, and then the Hawks, Raptors, Wizards. So yeah, I think the Knicks will. I don't think they'll drop below, especially the Nets have fucking nobody now.
Who's at the 4 spot?
The Cavs.
Cavs.
Yeah, they're 3 games ahead of the Knicks. And then the Sixers are 3 games ahead of the Cavs. Celtics are 1 game ahead of the Sixers, and the Bucks are 3 games ahead of the Celtics.
It's crazy. Like, and then you look over to the Western Conference, dude. The Western Conference is so tight. I'm pretty sure like the 3 seed in the West and like the 9 seed in the West are like split by like 2 games.
So it's the 4 seed. The 4 seed and the 7 seed are split by 2 games, but the 4 seed and the 10 seed are split by 3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Suns are 4, they're 9 games back. And then the Lakers are 10, they're 12 games back.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that 4 through 10 is dummy tight.
It's like
Oh, well, even actually, the Jazz and the Pelicans are 13 games back, sitting outside the bubble.
so
From
they're really only
4
one out of a
so
playoff
4 to
spot.
12, yeah, so 4 to 12 is only a 4-game difference.
Damn, dude. And
We're
how
getting
many?
down to the nitty
Yeah, I was
gritty
gonna
here,
say,
though.
how many? What, like 10 to 12 games left in the
Not a
season?
whole lot. Let me see. Let's look like, all right, so the Nuggets are 46 and 23. What's that? 69 games.
Yeah,
There's 82 games in a season, so there's 13
13
left.
left.
Around 13 for each team. Not everybody's played the same
Right.
amount. Like let's see. Let's look at the Sixers are 45 and 22. That's 67. So they've got 15 left.
So there's probably like 13 to 15,
And the
16.
Knicks are 41 and 30. So they've played 71. So they've only got 11 left.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we're getting to the good. When I start tuning into NBA, like right when March Madness is about to kick off, that's like when I start like, all right, we'll get through March Madness, and by the time March Madness is over, it's like
I love March Madness. Dude, I got to put brackets together when we go out to eat
I
tonight.
did one.
I did one. I did the sleeper
We
one.
should do. Oh, you did it on Sleeper?
Yeah, they like invited like everybody for like a free sleeper bracket, and they're giving money away to whoever
Oh
wins.
shit, I gotta do that.
Yeah, but I have ones through work that I want to do, a men's and a women's bracket that I got.
We should do a bracket group of just the guys that are going to the bachelor party this week. Because we're gonna be out at a bar. They're gonna have games up. That'll be fun to follow.
I would be texting Lex, making her put bets in.
Yeah.
That's what I did when I was in San Diego for Wild Card Weekend. So I was texting Lex and I was making her put in bets for the NFL games.
Is sports gambling not legal in California?
Nope.
What?
Yeah.
That's wild. That would have
Not
been
legal in Georgia either.
that. Yeah, I know, but that would have been that. Georgia makes sense because it's like southern fucking Bible Belt, but California is like super liberal. You'd be like, yeah, fucking gamble on sports, be degenerate. Who cares? What?
Like the most liberal.
Yeah, probably. I'm in New York.
California's way more liberal. They're just super progressive.
Yeah. So all the hippies moved out there in the 70s, then had kids, and then were like, these are our ways.
Fucking cesspool, bro.
Maggie and I were literally talking about like, because we walked out to go to the gym the other day, and it was fucking cold out. Maggie was like, I'm cold. I was like, dude, we can't move to Denver if you think this is cold. And we were thinking about like other states we could live in. We're like Arizona, and then I told her, I was like, what you told me about how you can't wear plastic sandals out into the gravel because they'll melt to the fucking sidewalk. She was like, well, I don't want it to be that hot. And I was like, yeah, you and me both.
Yeah.
And then we were talking, and we were just like thinking about like other states we could live or move to. And I was like, I don't want to live in California, dude. That place is a fucking mess. Like, as cool as it is to visit, I couldn't live there.
I would visit. That's it.
Week max. Good after that.
Hawaii, it's warm there all year.
Yeah, but that's probably like so fucking expensive, dude.
Yeah, probably.
Can't afford that shit. Not in this recession.
Nah. Can't afford much.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are in a good spot for weather.
Yeah. No, it doesn't get that cold here, but it's just there's nothing really like there's no mountains you
can go to Florida, but I feel like
so I'm saying Florida's like, oh, it's nice, but then you get rocked by a fucking Category 9 hurricane every 3 months.
True.
My house gets destroyed.
And you got Ron DeSantis, and he's off his
fucking rocker. Is off his rocker. I mean,
he's crazy, bro. I've been thinking about him a lot lately.
You know what I've been thinking about lately? Texas.
They
are, but like it's dumb cheap to live there, dude. You can get a fat house for like $300K.
Yeah, you can. It's funny. Lex doesn't want to move to Texas because of politics and like their whole like they're just like don't give a fuck about women.
Yeah,
Like that.
Stuck in the 60s.
Yeah, but then she'll fucking send me Instagram DMs and it's like, this is what 300,000
in Texas.
Yeah. And it's like a beautiful fucking house, like it's like a 5 or 6 bedroom, gorgeous house,
mansion,
a couple of acres, and the floors are fucking marble. What's the deal? Like, do you want to move here or not? I'm getting mixed signals from you. But dude, Ron DeSantis, he passed this law where he doesn't allow the people that run the state and local pensions to invest with any firms that consider ESG at all in their investing strategies.
Why? Yeah. What's the reason behind that?
because he wants to politicize.
Because he's just like
ESG.
fuck the globe. Like
Well, that's the thing, dude. The U.S. is like the only country that has politicized ESG
or
type shit.
politicize like global warming.
Yes.
Like, oh, you don't
And
believe in global warming?
ESG, like the S and the G portions, like that could be politicized. I could see that, like the whole like diversity
Right.
thing and stuff like that. I could see that being politicized. But like from a sustainability standpoint, even if it was politicized as climate change, companies that focus on ESG do better than companies that don't. There are like so many like statistics to back up that like basically firms that consider ESG in their investment strategy perform better than firms that don't. And like funds that like consider it perform better than funds that don't. So like you're fucking like it's not even a political thing. It's
Fact
oh,
or fiction?
these are the best fucking performing funds.
Right.
They're gonna do the best. So, and Ron is saying, nah, you can't do that. That's against the law now. And it's like, so first of all, you're like terribly inhibiting the number of firms that you can invest with. So you're not investing with any of the top ones because all the top ones are considering ESG. Like all of them are because there's too much pressure from the investors and the outside and like the public to not.
Right.
So and then so you're limiting where you can invest, and then on top of that, you're getting the worst performing shit. Like
there's no like benefit of that.
You're investing in shit that's not going to perform as well, at least not over a long term.
Right.
Like, and especially just like the way that the world economy is going to like away from carbon and away from coal and oil and stuff like that. Like, if you're not thinking about it, you're going to be left behind, and like long term returns are going to be in the fucking shit.
Right, dude. I feel like it's kind of like, I mean, not the greatest metaphor or like way to look at it, but it's kind of like the companies that were like, oh, we don't need digital or internet to like file anything. Like we're just gonna stick to our paper files. And it's like, look at them now, dude. Like, look at fucking Blockbuster. Like they never really like kind of like transformed into the whole digital side of movies, and Netflix is just like, fuck you. Like this is the way things are going, and people that are just, it just comes down to being stubborn, dude.
Amazon, dude. They're like, all right, we're gonna be an online bookstore, and Barnes and Noble was like, ha, you fucking idiot, we're gonna be brick and mortar.
Yeah, we're gonna be Rick and Morty and fucking. But I'm not gonna lie though, I don't even read books, but I love going into a Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble's not bad.
Just looking at all the books that I'll never read.
Yep.
It's like a fucking.
I like reading books. I've been reading We Are Witnesses. It's good.
Is that the last one that you sent me a picture of? It's like all beat up. It looks like, oh yeah, it's from the Holocaust or whatever.
Yeah, five diaries from people who were in the Holocaust.
Yeah, that's some shit. I would get into that. That's interesting.
So far, the first two have died.
It's kind of expected.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's pretty good though.
Yeah, every time like from like 9th grade to 12th grade, we would always have like the history session where we'd get to like World War II and the Holocaust, and I would get so excited. I loved learning about not in that way, but like yeah. But I would like learning about it was always so fun because it was like
there's a whole fucking Holocaust museum about learning about the Holocaust.
Yeah.
No shame in
the game. But we would come around to like that subject, and I would be like, oh, bet like this is gonna be actually interesting stuff that I care about, because it was like, one, not that long ago.
Right.
Two, it's like a lot of the history you learn about, like the American Revolution and stuff, you don't have like, not even movies, but like documentaries, or like there's not a lot of documented history about that. Like there's pretty much just like what's in textbooks and like some artifacts that were left over. Holocaust, you can see like real videos, or like, you got stories like Anne Frank, and like there's actual stuff left over from that. Schindler's List. Oh my god, I remember watching that, dude. Yeah, that one hit home. I remember watching that, and it was Liam Neeson was Schindler in that. And I remember seeing that. I was like, oh shit, that's Qui-Gon Jinn from Star Wars. And then the movie went completely downhill. I was like, oh fuck, this is like,
he's a bad guy.
Yeah, that's like
literally until the end.
Yeah, yep. He's like, he like fucking pretty much puts Jews in prison and puts them into labor camps and kills them, and then like he has a change of heart.
Yeah.
All right, Qui-Gon.
Anne Frank was like, she almost survived.
Yeah, I remember getting to the end of that story and being like, fuck, dude.
She was on literally the last train that went to Auschwitz. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ah, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was on the very last train that went to Auschwitz.
Damn.
Yeah.
After all she went through too, that's tough, dude.
Yeah. There was one of the first the first diary. I forget the name of the person but it's like the first chapter, and the place where he died, 850,000 Jews went there. 40 survived.
It was a death camp.
Yeah, it wasn't even a concentration or
Wasn't
like,
Auschwitz like the most death? Like, wasn't that like the one that had the most deaths at?
I think so.
And that beat 850,000. Holy! Didn't Germany get to a point where they were like, "Fuck, we know we're losing the war. Let's just fucking."
Yeah,
That's crazy, dude.
let's just off as many of them as we can.
That's fucked up.
Which at that point, it's like, why wouldn't you, like, if you know you're losing, why are you going to kill all these innocent people?
Right? You know, it's like not going to do anything for you in the future. That's just pure evil, dude.
It's crazy though. The way that they were like holding people in the ghettos is like kind of how I can see like our society going in the future. Just like
Of like where like the separation of classes almost.
not even, dude. Like they would put the Jews in these ghettos, and they would be like, all right, you have to be like in your house from 3 p.m. until 10 a.m. Like you're not allowed outside of these hours. You're not allowed to fucking go anywhere. You need like a special pass if you want to go to a different ghetto or like a different part of the country. Like you need like special permission pretty much if you want to do anything or go anywhere. And like I would not be surprised if that was literally the entire world.
I mean, dude, you see
10 years.
You see all the fucking like movies and stuff that are kind of like that, like Ready Player One. I know we talked about this before, but it's pretty much how like if you watch any movie about like the future, it's either one, this glorious like super technological like future, or it's like rundown slums. People are living like on top of each other, basically, like out of cardboard
That's what
boxes.
it's gonna be.
Yeah. If we keep going in the way we are,
And there's gonna be fucking like they already have cameras that literally are like facial recognition cameras and track you everywhere you go.
I mean, they don't even need that shit, dude. Your fucking phone you're staring at all day has a camera on it that's looking straight at your face.
There's companies now that are making clothes that make you unrecognizable to that kind of like facial recognition AI. Yeah, like they'll make like clothes that have like intricate patterns so that like the AI will think that you're not a human and it won't recognize your face. Yeah,
you're gonna have to wear like a ski mask that has.
No, I mean, you could do that, right? But they'll just be like a pair of pants that have like a crazy print on them, or like a sweater that has like a crazy print on it.
Drip the fuck out in AI
and the
recognition.
AI thinks that you're something that's not a human.
Dude,
so
this AI thinks I'm a fucking banana. How funny is that?
Well, a lot of it is like based off of like animals. They'll put like animal prints in it, and then the AI will be like, oh, like that's like a giraffe.
Yeah.
Not a human.
Unless this human's got fucked up skin.
Yeah. But they'll show it in practice. We'll have like an AI with a camera on like 3 people, and the person that's like wearing their like clothing is in the middle, not getting tracked, and the people on the outside it says like human and has like their name and their age and all this shit.
Damn. Dude, fucking technologies, like there's so many like fun, interesting aspects of it, like especially like the way like video games in 10 years probably gonna slap.
Yeah.
But like then you got the dark shit of dark side technology like that, where it's like, is it really worth it? Like I kind of want to just
stop.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Growing up in the 70s probably had to be the best, dude. Because if I had the choice to go back to when I was a kid before all this shit like popped off, before social media and all this like super technological stuff, sign me up, dude. Like I would go back in a heartbeat. Not have to. The only thing I have to worry about is logging onto my Xbox and fucking like watching TV on cable. Like if that was the extent of technology. No, I'm saying like before like social media and all this, like our childhood, like the 360 Xbox Live, you get on, get in a party with your homies, and like that's it. That was peak right there. And we're gonna be like 90 saying that, like, oh dude, you kids don't know shit about technology. Well, back in my day we had the Xbox 360 and you got on this little headset. It's like, what are you talking about, Grandpa? We don't even need headsets anymore. We communicate through our thoughts. Yep. Yeah. Like the fucking like the Summer and Morty that are like turned into robots or whatever, and Rick turns them off. He's like, "You just turned into my toaster, or my backup toaster, or something." I was like, Summer just died of the spaghetti. Yeah. See you later. Don't need you anymore. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. Just all robots. Kylo, what is that about? You want to get on this podcast? Saw that. Not surprised. Not by much. And then he went to the Panthers. Andy Dalton, 2 years, yeah. For a pack of Skittles, dude. Yeah, that's really. I I don't hate that. I feel like it's gonna be a while until the Panthers are really back, like contending. Yeah, they don't have anything, dude. No quarterback, no running back. I think Donta Foreman might be like their only bright spot. Like he looks pretty good. Right. Yeah, unless they make some sort of other trade and yeah, he would fall. I mean, that would make yeah, dude. And honestly, like they've got receivers now. Justin Fields is okay. Yeah, with Justin Fields. Yeah, but at Bijan, dude, like throwing him into the mix would make them like a pretty good team. Like, yeah, I don't hate that for them. Um, right, right. Yeah, I was under the impression for some reason that Justin Fields wasn't gonna last as a Bears quarterback like past this draft, but I'm kind of glad he did, dude, because honestly, like he was fun to watch.
Well, they have a new GM, right? So the GM that they have now, this is his first year. So he was the one that drafted Justin Fields.
Right.
So it was like, oh, like trade Justin Fields and draft the guy that we want, or we're gonna stick with Justin Fields, who we did draft.
Right.
But I mean, it's cool that they got their stick with him and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think he like enough or proved enough to like, you know, towards the end. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like that kind of comes with a lot of like quarterbacks that are of his skill set that are just like, you know, they got the legs and they're always like kind of putting themselves out there. Like I mean, I feel like we even saw it with Jalen Hurts a little bit and we have a great offensive line. But if you're a mobile quarterback like that, dude, you got to be durable because if you're not, then you're just not going to make it in the league.
Exactly. Oh my god.
You're lying. Oh, mine's still recording. Yeah. It says Baint's browser preventing recording. Ask Baint to refresh the page. I think it's just video recording though, because my timer is still going. There he is. Yeah, now you're back. Mine's still at. What does your timer say? Mine says 1:43:50.
Mine is at, it just restarted. It's at fucking 8 seconds.
Okay, so we'll probably just have to upload through mine then.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
Could you imagine?
That would have been tough, bro. I was like, wow, we've been talking all the time, and now we just lost all of it. I would have given up. We were like, all right, you guys aren't getting a fucking
Yep.
pod this weekend. Me and Johnny had a great
yeah,
time
dude.
recording,
Trust me, the vibes were great. Kenny had his whole fucking arm, fucking mic bar like connected to everything.
Oh, dude, I came out here extra fun. I said, bro, I'm about to be
comfy.
yeah. I last night I like went down. I was like, oh, my podcast stuff, can't forget it. So I got out of bed, butt ass naked, ran downstairs to the basement, and I like grabbed all my shit, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be extra, so fucking grab this fucking arm too.
Dude, it's so funny, like making those runs, like when you're already in bed naked, and you're just like, "Fuck, I gotta go downstairs." Like, dude, if there was like a camera like in that corner just filming this, you would see me like boo 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 down the stairs, butt ass naked, just fucking getting into a bag of Doritos or Goldfish or something, getting a fucking like Sunny D or a drink, and just like running back upstairs, 2 a.m.
The other night, so I mean, I know I'm getting old because the fucking time change is fucking me up this
It got
year.
me bad this year.
And like I can't sleep at night. Like I try to go to bed early and I just can't sleep at night. And it's fucking killing me, this time change. And the other night I'm trying to sleep, I'm laying in bed, and I literally was like just thinking about like a best man speech, and then I was like, oh, I got it. Boom, best man speech pretty much done,
Yeah.
right? And but I didn't write it down, and then Lex gets home and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go like write this down. So I get out of bed, naked as fuck, walk out to the kitchen, fucking grab my journal, start writing in it. And she's like, can't you just put in the notes on your phone? I'm like, yeah, but I honestly would rather have like pen and paper.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna do it in my notes on my phone just because I know if I write it on the paper, I'll fucking lose it somehow or something, and then I'll get up there and be like,
I'm gonna put it on the notes on my phone for now, I think, or the notes like written, just because I like to like write things
Yeah.
down. I think it helps me like get my thoughts out and like kind of think through my thoughts when I write shit down. I'm gonna keep it short, especially because we're both gonna give one
Right.
probably, right? So like,
should we do? Yeah, we should just be like, "Fuck a best man speech." You guys are getting a random roommates podcast right now.
live
Made everyone
recording.
sit there for 2 hours and listen to us.
Okay, now party
Yeah.
on.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it short. I just have like some notes of like, all right, like these are kind of, this is like the stories that I want to tell. Here are like the things that I want to hit on. You kids have
Yeah.
fun.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I've been like thinking about the structure of what I want to say, but I haven't actually like sat down and like written one out yet.
Yeah, like mine's just like notes jotted down. I didn't like write like
A
exactly what
script,
I wanna say. Yeah. And I never will. I'm just gonna fucking go through it in my head a few times. I'm like, all right,
This
these
is
are the
what,
things that I'm
yeah.
gonna hit on. Jimmy G went to the Raiders.
All that. That's like
Reunited with Josh McDaniels.
another fuck. That's pretty much Derek Carr too. I feel like.
Yeah, and they signed Jacoby Myers, who's getting back with Josh.
I saw
that. Dude, Jimmy G, way to go! Great career getting the bag.
Yeah.
His career bag.
I get her, dude, and it's not even like I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but like he's not fucking Aaron
He didn't do
Rodgers.
anything.
He hasn't done anything, dude.
He had a couple good games in New England when Brady was out for Deflategate. But like that's New England, dude. It's like good system.
Right,
You can win
right.
games. The defense is always good, right? Like solid team. And then he goes to San Fran, and they're the best fucking running team in the league.
Great defense.
Not really so much great defense. Like game manager,
Yeah.
dude. Not a game winner.
Oakland
game
might
manager.
be different, dude, because they're not.
They're not.
Boom.
They got Josh Jacobs though.
Yeah,
They got
Jacobs,
Josh Jacobs.
fucking Devontae Adams.
And they traded Darren Waller to the Giants for a third.
Yeah, I saw that. Pretty much, it was the pick they traded for.
They got
Tony.
for Kadarius Toney.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically Kadarius Toney for Darren Waller. Which is fine for them. I don't think Darren Waller is what he was a couple years ago anymore, but he's better than what they had at fucking
Tight end.
tight
Yeah,
end.
he's been hurt. I feel like he's kind of had like the injury bug for 2 years now, but
Yeah.
still, when he's healthy, he's still good.
And Zeke got released today.
Really?
Yeah. Cowboys released Zeke Elliott.
Hmm.
They franchised Tony Pollard, and then
Yeah,
and
I
then
feel like
released
that's
Zeke.
kind of the right move. Zeke will definitely end up somewhere, but
Somewhere. Yeah. He's chilling.
damn,
So that was interesting.
that is interesting, dude. He's been like, when I think of like Cowboys fandom and like their players, it's like Dak and Zeke, pretty much.
Yep. NHL, dude, the Flyers are straight ass, but Connor McDavid's really good. I'm gonna become an Oilers fan in the meantime,
Just to
so I
watch
can
Connor McDavid?
He might be the best player of our generation. Like, he has potential to be like Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux, and
You
like
think he's gonna be better than Ovechkin?
maybe.
Yeah. He's
he's
still
got that
super
kind of
young, isn't he? He's like
potential in him.
24, 25.
Yeah, he's got that kind of potential. He's already had like some really good seasons. He's probably gonna hit 150 points this year, which is pretty fucking serious. It's tough to hit 100. He's gonna hit 150. He is legit, bro. He's so quick. I was watching a game the other day and just like the way that he will be full speed, and his full speed is faster than anybody else's pretty much.
Yeah.
Stop on a dime and cut the opposite
Yeah.
way, and defenders just skate right past him.
It's like when you lag in Chell.
Yeah, dude. Guy just or like it's like fucking your controller turns off and your guy just keeps fucking coasting straight because you're not controlling him anymore. He's really good. So I think I might be a part-time Oilers fan just because I cannot stand to watch these horrid Flyers.
Yeah, I haven't watched like any hockey this year, to be honest, dude. And it's so annoying because ESPN sends me updates about the Rangers. Like, I don't give a fuck about the Rangers, dude.
The Union won 4-0 last night in their Champions League game. Yeah, let me look at the MLS.
Was there Champions League today? Fuck, did Real Madrid play today?
They
Fuck.
did. MLS table right now. Union are in 5th in the East. Oh my. But they've 6 points, and Inter Miami have 6 points, and then FC Cincinnati, Nashville, and Atlanta all have 7 points. So I'm not worried about it. But yeah, 4-0 win against that team from El Salvador. Not bad. Let me pull up these Champions League scores from this week. See if we can get some aggregate.
Some Aggie Jot.
All right, let's see here. All right, second leg. The second round. So we had City beat RB Leipzig 7-0.
7-0. That's.
Erling Haaland scored 5 in about 57 minutes.
Didn't he have 6? Did he end with 6?
No, no, he had 5 in
I
57.
feel like I've never seen.
Which is tied for
I've
the
never
record.
seen somebody score 6 goals in a game.
Because nobody
It's
has.
well, yeah, but has that ever happened ever?
Messi and somebody else have scored 5. But they both did it in like 82 and 84 minutes. Haaland did it in 57, and then Pep pulled him in the 63rd or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, for Julian Alvarez.
I mean, at that point, it's like you got to protect your guys, but
yeah. I think Gundogan had one, and KDB sealed it off with a fucking beautiful, from like the top left side of the 18, curled it with his right foot to the far fucking literally top 90 corner, perfect for 7.
Dude, I saw the one that he bounced off the post. Yeah.
Man, dude, ripper. And that was all on his left foot, on his weak foot, dude. He had a great game, KDB. Like he didn't have 5 goals like Haaland, but he had an amazing game. Porto and Inter drew 0-0. Inter go through 1-0 on aggregate. Real Madrid won 1-0 today. They go through 6-2 on aggregate. And Napoli beat Frankfurt 3-0 today. They go 5-0. They go through 5-0 on aggregate.
All right. What was the second leg of the first round or the first like half last week, or is that next week?
Yeah. Then when you go through the ones from last week.
I think we talked about it, but I forget.
Benfica beat Club Brugge 5-1. They go through 7-1 on aggregate. This was actually a good one. Chelsea beat Dortmund 2-0, and then Chelsea went through 2-1 on aggregate. So they were down 1-0 going into the game. 1-2-0, and they're going through. Bayern beat PSG 2-0. They're going through 3-0. And Tottenham and AC Milan drew 0-0. Milan goes through 1-0 on aggregate. One of my boys that I grew up with, that I played a little bit of footy with, he was actually at that game. He's a Tottenham fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was at that Tottenham AC Milan game in Tottenham. He was like, dude, it was so. They had really good seats. He's like, dude, but just like being in the stadium with like the anthem, like hearing the Champions League anthem, like in person at the stadium,
sick,
like, dude, it was awesome.
The next draw is gonna be dope. When is the next draw? It's gonna be like next week, right? Because they just keep it moving. Pretty sure they just like keep things rolling. They don't take any breaks.
It's this Friday.
Oh, okay.
For the quarterfinal draw.
Not bad. Champions League's coming around too, dude. It's gonna be getting into some good stuff.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do quarterfinal, semifinal draws at the same time. So they basically finish out like all the final games, matchups, and this Friday will be determined. Who do you want to get?
All
Bayern, Benfica, Chelsea, Inter, City, Milan, and Napoli.
right, so I'll give you obviously like to advance. I would like to see Benfica because that's just like an easy route, right?
Benfica or
Napoli,
Napoli
one of those. I feel like it's going to be
or
the easiest
Milan or
route.
Inter.
Entertainment wise, I'd like to see a Real Madrid Chelsea matchup. I feel like that'd be kind of fun, even though Chelsea been pretty shit for the most part of the second half of the year.
Yeah.
And then obviously anybody else we get, it's pretty much like 50-50 for me.
Yeah, Bayern's pretty scary. They're really good.
Yeah, they're there every year, dude. They're always going to be one of
I
the
know.
scary teams. Kind
Yeah.
of the same with City. They don't scare me as much as Bayern, but like they're going to be like solid as long as they've got the crew that they have along with
I
Pep.
don't have much faith in City, dude. I know we just fucking shitted on RB Leipzig, but it's RB Leipzig. Like, what is everybody
Right.
saying? And at the same time, like, I just don't think they figured out how to play well together. Honestly. But we'll see. I hope they can fucking get it together.
We'll find out Friday when we're golfing. The Champions League draw.
Oh yeah, we will. Pull up the EPL table. I think City won this week.
I think Arsenal did too.
Pretty sure they played Crystal Palace. They won 1-0. Yeah, City are in second. Oh, they're 5 points behind Arsenal.
Are they even on games played?
Yep. They've both played 27. So that means they have 11 matches left, right? They play 38. So yeah, they got 11 matches left.
That's like what? Like it usually ends like end of May, like around Champions League, right? That's about the same time.
They always start squeezing them in though because games get canceled throughout the year for other.
And they just leave them for like the end.
Yeah, they'll start squeezing in like midweek games and play like 2 a week.
Damn, that's right, dude. Because once Champions League comes around, they do the quarterfinals, semifinals. Because this was round of 16, right? So they do quarterfinals, semifinals, and they have like a week or 2 weeks in between semifinals and finals. And I feel like in that window is when they fit all those games in. There's always like a madness of like a week and a half of just fucking league soccer, like domestic league soccer.
And hopefully Arsenal crumble.
Nah, I think this is their year, dude. For as long as it's been since they've won last. It's like 2004 or something was the last time they won. Thierry Henry. I don't know. They just got that like special kind of like.
Also, dude, I'm on the Premier League website right now. This says City's next Premier League match, April 1st against Liverpool.
The next time they play? That's like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
That's literally 2 weeks from now. Damn. What are they going to be doing in the meantime?
I don't know. Maybe there's like an international break coming up or something.
Some sort of qualifier for something?
Well, because like there are games this weekend, but City's not playing this weekend.
I don't know. The schedules for domestic leagues are always super fucking confusing to me because it's like, all right, we play on weekends, but then sometimes on Tuesday there'll just be a random match.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Okay. So I think City were supposed to play West Ham this weekend, but they're playing Burnley in the FA Cup on Saturday.
Oh, so it got pushed back.
So that game's getting pushed to I don't know when. It's not scheduled yet, and their next scheduled match is April 1st.
Damn.
And they still have one
That's
more match.
wild. They pushed it back that far, but I guess.
So here's the thing: we're 5 points back, but we play Arsenal. So if we win that game, then we're only 2 points back.
Right. And that puts you at 10 games left. It's still close, dude. Yeah. It really is still close. That's going to be a big game. If Arsenal beat City, that's going to be tough. But
that's pretty much
yeah.
Season.
Because that's going to be 8 points in 10 games.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun game to watch.
Let's look at La Liga because I put some money on Madrid to win the league. I don't think they're gonna do it though.
No, I think they're still like 6 or 7 back from Barca because they just lost, but that wasn't
They're 9 points
9.
back,
Damn.
even on games played. They've played 25, so they have 13 left.
Which is doable, but I feel like at this point,
That's a lot. And Barca's been good in the league. They've been shit everywhere else.
Yeah.
But they've been good in the league this year, I feel like. Dude, I got so many other notes in this fucking doc that we never get to. How long? What time we got? It's been long.
We got 7:59, about to be 8 o'clock. We just hit the 2-hour mark. I gotta piss like a racehorse.
Well, we got time. I got some random.
Andy said he's not gonna be here till 9:49 either, because he started late. But also we should eat soon. So, what do we got?
Did you listen to the Creed 3 album?
The Dreamville one?
Yeah.
A little bit. I listened to like the first 7 or 8 tracks.
I think it's a solid movie soundtrack.
Yeah, I have to listen to it again because I didn't really give it.
I think it's gonna be a good soundtrack for a movie. I'm probably gonna have to go see it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I me neither. I'm just boxing movies don't do it for me, dude. It's the same story every time.
You ever think about? I think about this every time I drive through New York, like New York City. If New York City was never turned into a city,
what it would be like?
Yeah, if it was still just like natural, like mountains. Think about how fucking clean all the rivers and shit that run through there would be, and it was just like filled with nature. It would be beautiful because, like, literally, like when I was driving home from Connecticut, it's like everything to my left is the city, and it looks like fucking shit, and then on the right, it's like mountains and like rock cliffs and rivers, and I'm like, what if all that was over here like it was supposed to be, dude? It'd be fucking gorgeous,
dude. That's how like the whole rest of the state of New York is too. Like it's all just beautiful mountains and like scenery like that. But then you get to the city and it's just a fucking cement.
Yeah, literally cement.
Yep.
Terrible, bro. So dookie.
The concrete jungle, baby.
The other thing that I was thinking about today was I wonder how like they paid for all the land to build I-95.
Because it's a long ass road. I think about that actually like very often.
And you drive down and you have like just like regular houses like on the side of like the road. And you're like, oh, this used to be like all their land, and now it's not. And I wonder how much of it was
they had
like
to pay to like obtain that
good
land.
faith. I wonder how much of it was like good faith, like we're gonna give you this money, we're gonna buy it from you, we're gonna run our fucking road through here, and how much of it was like strong arming people to give up their land.
We're taking this land.
I'm sure they still paid them for it, but some people I'm sure were like, nah, I'm not fucking selling you this land, and they're like, what the fuck? You're the last person that we need you to sell us our fucking land. Like, okay, fine, don't sell us your land, but we're gonna. Maybe a nuke will accidentally slip out of a plane and land on your house.
And it'll only affect your house and nobody else. Smallest nuke in history. This nuke has a radius of 30 feet.
That's it. But it's gonna be real deadly.
In your living room, dead instantly, but everybody else will be fine.
That'd be a cool way to suicide.
By nuke? Suicide by nuke? Can I say
that? Suicide by mini nuke.
It's like when you play Nazi zombies, when you get the nuke or whatever, it kills all the zombies at one time. But not you. Right, Kyla? Yeah. I like zombies.
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here then.
Let's do it. I think that was a pretty good episode, dude. First live in-person episode of the Random Roommates podcast. It's so much. I will say it's a lot easier to just sit here and like bullshit because it's this basically how we started like the idea of podcasting.
This 2 hours flew by.
It's because we're kicked back on a couch drinking beer and just talking to each other, dude.
Big chilling.
Now I see why Joe Rogan can sit there and do 4 hours because he's just.
I know, right? Especially like because he'll have like guests like professionals and topics that he's super intrigued about. Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, dude, I'm just gonna pick your brain for fucking 4 hours." All right, sounds good. You should hit stop recording.
All right, everybody, thanks for listening. We'll see you on the flip side of next week with probably some good stories from Savannah. So
yeah, wish us luck out.
Wish us luck on the golf course.
Love somebody you love, smooch a stranger.
Maybe your neighbor. Maybe I know that's what Mayo's into.
Just make sure there's a little bit of consent.
Yeah, a little bit.
You don't need
just a little.
For a hug. Just have consent for a
Smooches.
Hug.